Everyone, happy Sunday. Welcome in. See if I can adjust some of the did not mean to. Oh, nope, trying to grab things I shouldn't try to grab. There we go. Let's see if can I collapse that. Oh, I can. Perfect. I wish I could collapse this preview, but it is what it is. Let's see here. I move this a little bit this way, trying to get so good that I can see volumes, all the important things. Excellent. All right, and now I need to just check on one last thing here, and I'm going to minimize you for a little bit. We'll check in on that video here just a second. All right, what am I rocking and rolling here? What gear? Light, epic, heavy. What gear set is this? I don't even know. Hello, everyone, and welcome in. This week, just as a heads up, Julie and I are welcoming in our new baby. But we don't know if it's a boy or a girl, so sound off in chat, comments, etc. I have a poll over on Ginger Prime. Right now, it's split 50-50. And we're going to also, I'm going to roll out a video here just in a little bit, etc. So this week will be a little bit more light in content, but I wish you guys all the best. Hopefully, if nothing else, if you're just looking for something to hang out with, grind out the game with, this will hopefully act as a great VOD. There will be pick up and play. I'll have to dip in and out a little bit today. We've, as it is with being a parent. So welcome in, everybody. Let's see here. The Magic Alex says pre-baby. Congrats, man. Thanks, Magic. Martin says, hey, I'm a huge fan of your content. How are you feeling? I heard that you were sick. Okay, yes, I have been absolutely sick this week. It's been awful, but as of Friday, I woke up feeling great and hungry. Nightbot, but yeah, watch out for like what we might have to tune Nightbot or whatever, because I don't even really know what rules. As you could probably pretty much tell, I don't do a lot of streaming. But glad you're here. Thank you very much. All right, let's go. What do we got? I see some fish jumping. I might as well grab them while I'm here. Don't know if this is gonna achieve any activity card stuff, but that was an awful cast. I haven't actually, interestingly enough, I used to come out to this fishing hole quite a bit because I'd get snails, but I haven't been out here since they've actually redone it. What's up, Screw? Hopefully you guys are all having a wonderful day. Happy Sunday. I'll check in and save my videos in processing. I'm going to do a premiere, so that way I can slightly kind of raid myself today, which we kind of need to see if that works out. Yeah, give me that chest. Go. So yeah, it's gonna be a good week. Glad I'm feeling good. I'm glad if there was a week to get sick, it was last week, and so I ended up working Monday and Tuesday. And I don't know if you like go and you heard in the videos, like clearly I had it was just like you could hear it in my voice. By Wednesday, I was just like, I need to go sleep. So I slept most of the day, and then I worked a half a day on Thursday, and I woke up on Friday feeling really good, which was wonderful. Even on the hunt for snails and no luck. Well, I don't know if I'm going to catch any, but this is usually... Oh, this is now a 3-star. Whoa. Okay, maybe they upgraded this. Yeah, like I said. Hey, what's up, Yamarin? How you doing, dude?
Not too bad.
Not too shabby. Happy Sunday, man.
Happy Sunday.
They changed up this fishing hole. Like, this is where, like, I would... I now no longer, like, I thought this was like a 1 or 2-star.
So I think snails are only in 1 or 2-star.
Yeah. This was like, I used to like come here to get all the snails, but then they have all this new stuff going on, so they upgraded its rarity.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. And this is not, I was like, I hadn't actually been out here in a while. I've been fishing out in Edens Grove at the 3-star just to get just to get that a little touch of the leaderboard.
What 3-star thing is there?
In Edens Grove?
Yeah.
After I pull this in, I'll pull it up on stream. Let's see here. Man, this one's fighting me. I think this is a legendary, guys.
Are you talking about the one by Malevolent?
No, like
Or
there's
the one further east?
the one on in the east.
Okay.
It's like on the road that like, it's like it's a pretty easy
Yeah, I see it.
jaunt.
Yeah, I get you.
There we go. There we go.
I've actually been fishing a lot in what's it called?
World of Tanks?
No, Armored Warfare, but no. What's it called? In Brimstone Sands. I've actually been catching
nice.
legendaries for the salmon bait.
Yeah, dude.
So I think I have like 55 or 60 legendary bait.
It's excellent.
Pretty legit.
Yeah, so I'll usually fish out here. And then apparently now this is a 3-star. And then there's the teleport here is fat. Like that's a fast 3.
Yeah.
Like now it's like when I start to think about like competing for the leaderboard, it's like what are all 3 stars that I can jump to?
They did bump it up.
Thanks, Stefan.
Wait, is that the one across the way from that tower?
Yeah.
For the story quest?
Yep.
Looks a lot different.
It does. So we're scheduled to be we're gonna do like the induction on Monday night, so that means it's probably not gonna start till like Tuesday morning. So this week I will be here on Monday, and then after that y'all will have to just, I don't know, do something else without me for a while.
We'll manage.
Yeah, I figured you guys will. Turns out it's like and it's is this like a legendary just like hotspot? Hell yeah, buddy. I don't know what it was, but it felt like for a while, like even with my trophies and my gear, I wasn't not getting legendaries, but now it seems to be working. Maybe this whole gear set thing's fixed it, because maybe I would always forget a piece or something.
Perhaps.
Lord knows.
There is specific gear for like min-maxing fishing.
Yeah.
Spend a lot of
gotta
money
get
on that
them.
stuff.
Gotta get them lucky pants.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, like, and they talked about trying to upgrade the value of fishing, etc. I'm like, I'm all for that, man. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm up for it. I'm up for that.
So, how's your week, buddy?
Last week was interesting.
Oh yeah, what happened?
A couple people fired. One of them
good,
one of them bad.
What do you mean, like a good fire, like a good person got fired, or a good fire, thank God that guy's out of here.
Like, thank God that guy's out of here.
Oh man,
he was giving me a lot of issues. Just constant complaining.
Oh, dude.
He was treating me like his own therapist.
Oh.
And it was just getting really, really annoying. Yeah, and then the guy got fired, which was unfortunate because he was actually a really good worker.
Well, how did he get fired then?
A false HR case.
Oh, bummer.
So that's fun.
Oh, thanks, Warpath. You get a lot of congrats on the pluses.
Yeah, dude. Baby's always something to.
Heck yeah, dude.
Congratulate.
I think Julie's gonna be really happy to not be pregnant. she's in that phase right now. It's like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to relax. Like I'm like you get kind of nervous. You're like, oh no, I'm not looking forward to going through labor. And then it's like, okay, I'm ready. Let's do this.
Does she have to be induced, or does she go into labor naturally?
Julie does not go into labor on her own. So, and I mean,
that baby's comfortable.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Woohoo! Some seasonal XP. Nice. All right. Cool. I got a bunch of treasure chests too that I'm like, I debate always, like, should I just like sit on these, wait to see if they update them?
I think they lowered the chance of getting higher tier gems from those. Because the highest I've been getting is like green. maybe 1 or 2 blues, but
Yeah.
I stopped getting pristine
Okay.
from the chests. So
Let's see here. So I got activity card stuff that I can't complete. I need to get more tier 5, gather some tier 5. Nope, that's nothing I can use. Let's see here. If I do refine tier 5 resources.
I mean, you can finish the card and get new stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
but I'm so close, like, to having a couple of lines. So what I should do in this case is let me equip
you need
my
a green. And you need a leaf and something else.
Yeah, okay. If I hunt some rabbits, which I need to do anyway, so we can just kind of hang out and see.
Oh, there's also bought gear sets.
Oh, dude, hell yeah, I bought some gear sets. I'm sorry, like I do not feel bad about that. Like I literally rented retainers from 14, which you don't own. You rent every month, and I'm like, wait a minute, I can just spend some money and own this, and then it's mine, and I'm not paying every month. Like I think I'm fine with that relationship. Yeah. Should they have given us 5? Yes, they should have given 5. I think 5
I think the minimum should have been 10.
Well, I mean, we can always disagree.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm just saying, like, at a minimum, 5 feels like the bare, like, if I was gonna say the bare minimum. 10 would be great, but like, all right, you haven't asked me for money at all, and I've put 1,000 hours into your game. Like, all right, yeah, let me thank you guys. All right, cool. And then at the same time, when it comes down to the season pass, etc., there is a problem. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to clear it. Like, I just...
I don't know either if I'm going to be able to clear it either.
And so, if they give me the ability to keep it and then I can grind it on my own time, then I'm all for it.
That's unlikely.
Well,
no offense.
Yeah, but I think essentially what you do is you have it only where it's sellable during, the season. So you kind of have that I can go buy it and then I can keep it mindset. But we'll see what happens, because in terms of like numbers and goals, like if I can't complete the season and it goes away, I'm not going to buy any more season passes, which I think is a loss for them. I think that's not good. I'll just do the free pass and be like, all right, like I know I'm not going to complete this. I'm not going to toss money at it. But if it's like, oh, you can keep it, then it's like, hell yeah, let's, I'll buy each and every one. I'll buy each and every Wayfinder season pass, because they only sell it during the season, and then you can, just equip it and go from there.
Right. I don't know. I mean, I would like for them to just make them persistent, but I just doubt it. Unless they get a lot of calls for it.
It's going to have to be player driven.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Unless they get a lot of feedback from players, like, hey, we want these to be persistent, like a lot of feedback.
Yeah.
Then I don't think it's going to happen. Well, they really changed it. They really changed this area.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember that Silkweed being there.
Yeah, it's been nice. Let's see here. I'm going to go to... Schedule is premiere for today at 9:30.
But I mean, I'm seeing people like, I've seen like really high. I'm seeing guys, like people who play, the thing every day, and they're like, I don't know, they're not even like, they're like halfway through.
Right.
And it's just like, granted, do I think it should be super easy to complete? No, but it shouldn't be like a chore.
Right.
No. I mean, I was watching a stream the other day, and this streamer freaking bought like 10 levels just to get through it, and I'm just like, that shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah, that definitely should not be a thing. It's unfortunate that is a thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a lot of experience you need either.
Right.
Like, in the grand scheme of things, it's just, I don't know, it's just hard.
Go there, trailer. Perfect. Excellent, excellent. All right, I made a video to raid into me when it finishes. We'll see if that goes well. Oh!
Okay.
It's Raffle Bones.
Raffle Bones.
I just looked up. I was like, oh, heck yeah, dude. Let's go. Beautiful, beautiful.
He's cool.
Yeah, he
I
is.
like him.
He always get excited when I see him. So rare. It's like a treat. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I'm glad they added in the like how just regular experience contributes. I think that we need a way of tracking that because I got the 25 seasonal experience that popped up while fishing. So it's like, yeah, I hit the 10K, cool, but there's no like extra bar. You put a bar like that, I'm like, oh yeah, let me go do that quest. Oh yeah, let me go do that. Hell yeah, let's go. You know?
Yeah.
Boom. I like how some of the rabbits explode. That's a fun treat.
I wouldn't necessarily call it a fun. Wouldn't necessarily call it fun nor a treat, but okay.
I mean, as someone who's like working on the musket for the ranged, I'm like, all right, it's just kind of fun to watch them explode from afar.
Yeah.
See, there it goes, boom! Oh, good times. I'm a simple man. I like it when my rabbits explode.
Men love explosions, dude.
Oh yeah.
My dad can attest to that.
Bingo, boom. Let's go. So how's everybody over in chat progressing on their season pass today? Like, have y'all finished it or are you struggling with it? Like, what improvements would you guys like to see? I guess that'd be a fun MMO discussion topic.
Yeah. Everything. Yeah, the challenges should be. Well, some of the challenges I think should be. So there's the challenges, and then there's the activity cards. The activity cards should be, I guess, worth more. I'm not. The challenges are worth a lot. Like the challenges are worth like a level or two. But I guess, are you saying the challenges should be? Are you saying the challenges?
I just need the ability to track this stuff, right? So it would be really nice is to sit down and say,
I also want the ability to track it.
Like, hey, I hear pin, you know.
Have two experience bars, you know, one for your level and one for like do what WoW does, you know, where the bottom experience bar is is for your level, and then the one right above it is for your like reputation or something, you know. But instead of reputation, it's like it's for your season pass, you know, make it a different color.
Yeah, exactly.
Level experience is yellow. Battle pass experiences on
there's plenty of space that you could, and then from the UI you could choose to turn that on and off. Smarvament, sorry, I'm totally butchering your name, not on purpose. Maybe Amber can get a pronunciation check for me.
Where is it?
In chat, he just says, yo, what's up? I just started the game a couple of days ago. How do I start PvPing? As you progress, unless they've made a change to this, you're going to get the option when you get into Everfall to join one of the different factions, and within the factions setup, you actually then get to be able to flag for PvP, and that's the U key on your keyboard. And with that key, that means you are now flagged for open world PvP. Then you have the item, you have the 3v3 arena that you can queue up for as a part of a, just a general deathmatch kind of PvP. Outpost Rush is going to be level 60 PvP stuff. But yeah, if that's what you want to do, or you can always just hang out and duel. And that's actually something we've done recently. And it's dueling so much fun. Like it's so funny. I've been playing this game forever and I never had done a duel. And so Chris and I were like, let's duel. And I'm like, all right. Cause like they have some activity card stuff that you can do. And I was like, oh yeah, let's go. And so we do it seriously. And then whenever one person unlocks whatever they needed, then, just like, I'll lay down and let the other person win so they can get their duels in. The Mr. Lou, what's up, dude? Says level 64 without focusing on it, just doing what I normally do. That's awesome to hear, dude. That is awesome to hear.
That's good stuff. I probably won't finish it in time.
Yeah, like with the baby this week, like that. That's
a reason.
Well, even still, like at the end of the day, like one of the things I really enjoy about the game is just now I do appreciate how the activity card and the journey card does kind of incentivize me to go do stuff that I normally don't make time for. Because I'm just hanging out, chilling, fishing, playing. We'll go do expeditions or something like that if we feel like it. But it's like, the activity card's like, maybe I will queue up for OPR, you know? I'm like, yeah, it's a lot of fun. Actually, speaking of which, I'll probably queue up for OPR, you know?
Yeah.
Because why not?
Because it's for filthy PvP.
All I'm doing is trying to, like, I had this goal a long time ago, and I should put a point in here, to get all the weapons to level 20, and the only two that I have left are the musket and the bow. Oof, yeah. So it's like, all right.
My last two were the great axe and the great sword, but I got them leveled up like a month or two ago. So I have all the weapons at level 20.
Yeah.
Just working on the expertise. So
while I'm out here hunting wabbits, might as well, like, you know, again, like, I like filling up as many bars as possible with one activity, and that's what New World gives me. It gives me this ability to literally kick back and be like, all right, this is what I want to do, and then it's like, all right, you can do all these other things. Like, one thing I should be doing while I'm out here is I should be looking to see if I have any town board projects that I could be knocking out in terms of quests. Now, there's all these other quests that I could go and grab, because I know that's going to give me seasonal experience, and maybe that's what I focus in on. Like, just let me grab these quests, let me knock these things out. I'm just kind of looking at the board here. What's it saying? Character wise, PvP, a large brown of potion, crusading purpose. I'm gonna grab that. Hell yeah, let's go. Oh, cool. And then season pass stuff like the journey card. What am I at on the rabbits? 7 of 20. Ugh. All right, let me head out to Rabbit Island real quick, because that will make it much, much faster. Chili, what's up, dude?
What's up, Chili? Musket is good. I do like musket over the bow.
Well, the accuracy changes, like, really. Oof, I wish they could turn it back into a projectile. I think that would make it, as opposed to hit scan. I think that would help, but it is what it is.
Why would that affect the accuracy?
Well, essentially from a range, because then you could track it as a fall off, a little bit easier.
Oh, I see. So the thing is, what's good about it is that there's a powder trail.
Yeah.
So if you miss, you can see.
Hey, Chili.
If you miss, you can see where it went. So
if you guys aren't a part of the Discord, by the way, that are hanging out on live, you can always use the link in the description. You can come hang out and talk. So, feel free that you're welcome to come. This is how I like to run my streams. I know I will get comments about, like, you brought somebody, like, the guy that you had on your show was like, I don't like his opinion, and therefore all y'all suck. It's like, dude, like, everybody's welcome. MMOs, man, like, let's be less tribal, and let's, I don't know, let's have fun and hang out more. So just note that is a option for anybody who wants to join in.
Bow is way better in PvE.
Find the Crossroads Shrine. Where's the Crossroads Shrine, Jonathan?
Let me see.
Like, I got a lot of shrines.
Shrine.
Love a shrine.
Hey, fellas.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Doing
Hell
good,
yeah.
dude. Hanging out, man. Hanging out, dude.
What are you up to?
Honestly, just leveling up season pass. Hanging out with you guys as a way of, like, I will see y'all in a week or two, maybe more, with the new baby.
Oh.
Oh yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Shadow Mountain.
Has the baby arrived yet?
No, we're scheduled for induction on Monday night. So we're gonna go. We're gonna head out there Monday night. So I'm gonna be out of pocket AFK for a little while. So.
Oh man, that is excellent.
I'm excited, man. Julie's really looking forward to not being pregnant. She's in that mode of, like, all right, this sucks. Let's go.
Yeah.
Top left, Shattered Mountain. Okay, thank you.
Swellmente says.
You're telling me she doesn't like carrying someone else around with her at all times.
Oh, you're gonna carry somebody around, but at least then you can send them down.
That's what I mean at all times.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, and then it's like, for whatever reason, our dog likes to now sleep on her side of the bed. So when she has to keep getting up in the middle of the night, like, she's always stepping on the dog. and she's like, Dad, coming.
Oh,
Oh, man.
All right, we are at the shrine. Let's see if we can find ourselves some wabbits. I have not, like, oh man, I always have like the best laid plans. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna play some games, and it's like this last week being sick, like, did not do any gaming. I barely did anything. Like I slept all day Wednesday. That was the right choice. Like and that's one of the things. Like I haven't. Like, I don't think I need to make a video about this, but I can tell you guys, hands down, with so many people having strokes, like, I am legitimately terrified to play video games at night. I'm just like, nah, I'm gonna go to sleep, man. I'm in my early 40s. I'm just like, so many people in their 40s just keep having strokes. I'm just like, no, I'm good. So you don't really see me stream at night. It's like, because I'm terrified. I see all these people pushing themselves so far. You know?
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm out of the loop here, but what do you mean so many people having strokes?
Okay, so out of my friend group, or people that I consider myself friendly or friends with, you have Lamatad, who's a Final Fantasy 14 raid streamer, streams at night. You also have Hogue Law, who before his stroke, his last guest appearance was on my podcast, and then he goes and has a stroke. Both of them survived. Both of them are okay. But then it's like, what do we all have in common? Gamers, and maybe I'm staying up too late, playing games and stuff. I have yet to see where a single rabbit is, by the way, Jonathan.
Head towards Brimstone.
Okay.
From the shrine.
Thank you. I was like, I wonder if he's trolling me, or maybe I missed whatever. Yeah, there's lots of rabbits out here, man. So like that's happened. I heard, I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard Jamie Foxx, and he's not, I don't think he's much of a gamer, but it's like, yeah, I'm gonna prioritize like going to bed. So I did stay up a little bit last night because I picked up the Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters on Switch, and me and the kids have been playing through the original Final Fantasy, and it's phenomenal. Like, this is the best collection because it's not one of those like, hey, we brought it forward and it's got these bars on the side of the screen. No, it's in 16:9. It's not zoomed in either. It's like they really did a good job. And
yeah, it's a very good collection.
Oh yeah, and I'm like, the only thing that would have made it better is that they did it 2D HD, because then it would really feel
and also add some of the extra stuff that other versions have, because it's missing like the extra dungeons that the PSP version had of Fantasy 1 and some extra content.
Yeah, it's a bummer they didn't do that. Yeah.
But I understand why they wanted it to. It's supposed to be the original. So as much as you can say it'd be cool, I understand the reason. Like,
okay, I'm
not complaining too much.
Looks like someone's out here is farming them too. Yeah. Now, like,
also, I can't believe we actually got that as a code from Square.
Oh, you guys got it for free? Nice. I wouldn't just spend the money on it, because at the end of the day, I don't want another article coming out. Square Enix is disappointed in the sales. It's like, come on.
Well, in my defense, I had already bought it at least once, and I plan to buy on the Switch again in the future. So
okay, cool.
They already have one of my sales. And a potential second sale.
So chat saying Great Cleave is also great for rabbits. Let's go check out Great Cleave.
And the Everfall starting area. Someone said.
Oh yeah, like I've been spending my time in Everfall. Like, Everfall is like my favorite zone. Like, it is just, I think it's beautiful. I love running around it. It's fun. Let's see here. Let me just be cheap and use my free teleports, and then I'll teleport out to Great Cleave. So Pete, what you been up to? Oh, you do?
Oh, sorry.
Oh no.
Yeah,
like,
I need a new
I love
controller.
controllers.
So I picked up the Elite version of the PS5 controller to see how it plays.
Yeah.
Okay, so far pretty good. I have one disappointment already though.
What is it?
The paddles on the PS4, because there wasn't an Elite controller, but there was a paddle system you could get for the PS4 controller. Mm-hmm. It could do multiple buttons for one paddle, and I'm kind of sad that I can't do that with this.
The one thing program two buttons.
No,
I was gonna say like you can do some more programming on the PS5 Elite. What's that cost?
On the PS4.
Oh, okay. And then let me ask chat.
Is $250, I think, dollars.
Yeah, because I have the Xbox Elite Series 2, and this is what I use primarily. This is my favorite controller. The PS5 is my second favorite, but then if you were going to compare a regular Xbox controller, I think the PS5 beats the regular. It's just like the added features here I really enjoy. And so then I'd be kind of curious. Maybe I'll save up some money and after. So like essentially people are like, are you going to cancel your Final Fantasy 16 pre-order? And the goal is no. But if this week ends up having any kind of complications and expenses, then the answer, I'll have to back out of the 16 pre-order because I don't have a PS5 yet. So once we get through baby season, then as long as we're financially solvent, then yes, then I'm going to be keeping that. But yeah, then I can start saving up for because I like comparing controllers. I have a weird love of the controller itself, and which I guess is one reason probably why people are watching me today and hanging out here is because Brian has like an unhealthy relationship with controllers. Now chat was saying Great Cleave. Which Great Cleave? Sorry. No, you're good. I only use the 2 paddles as well. I don't have all 4 hooked up. So I saw chat talking about Great Cleave. Let me know, chat, which action. Go ahead, Chili. You were going to say something?
Well, no, that's what I was going to say. It's just like it's only 2 paddles instead of 4. And again, I can't program multiple things to one paddle because I had it so that the left paddle on the PS4 was L1 and L2. So that way I didn't have to press both buttons when, switching hotbars and stuff like that in 14.
Nice.
Yeah, Brian,
but you can't do that with the PS5.
No, you're good. Go.
I'm done.
Go ahead, Pete.
No, sorry. Sorry. No, all good. I was just trying to cut in. Evans Scale Reach is what I've been doing. I start out in the town there and then basically work straight down. So if you want to, I'll show you what I do real quick.
Evans Scale?
There's nobody out here.
Okay, we're sorry. You starting the town?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Go.
So Suave Mente says, he hasn't really touched the town boards, but from a lot of videos, it seems like they're essential. Should he keep doing MSQ and worry about them later, or should I do it now? Do it now.
So if you think about endgame being a level 1 activity, which New World's endgame begins at level 1. When you start having the level cap mindset for endgame, you end up actually setting yourself up for struggles down the line because you'll get to level 60 and then it's like, oh, I haven't touched my faction stuff. I haven't done all these other things. And then you end up just going like, oh, I could have been doing this the whole time and had a complete experience. So yes, do the town boards, but I would recommend what I do in terms of that. Like you go to, let me actually just literally show you how I kind of approach my farming and general gameplay, right? Like MSQ is going to help, in terms of just giving you great experience. But when it comes to your faction and the town board, you never are guaranteed that there's going to be stuff on the town board, right? Like looking here, you have things are missing. But hey, I'm going to grab this, I'm going to grab this, I'm going to grab that. Oh, turns out I can complete one of these things. So I can go ahead and just keep feeding myself these different options, which is contributing to your season pass, which is contributing to all these little things kind of being tracked up behind the scenes. So if you grab this stuff and if you pull this stuff in, then you can dive in and kind of maximize all this stuff out so that by the time you get to level 60, you've got several ranks within a particular zone. You can then maybe afford a large house or get close to that. So yeah, do it all because you can grab the quests and then you can kind of, when you go and do your runs, you can actually pick up a lot more things. Even if it's not the most biggest experience boost, you're still getting all these other little rewards for it. And then right now, anybody who has followed the premiere of the video over on Prime and has come over here, welcome in everybody. Thanks so much for being here.
Brian, that's a good point with the house. That's one of the things that I completely ignored. And I was like, oh, house. Brand new to the game, didn't understand. Yeah. What is house? I'm just putting furniture in and who cares? And I'm going to.
Yeah, I don't care about housing. Right? And the New World made me care
I'm
about
not an
it.
interior
Yeah.
decorator. Let's get killing, right?
Yeah, come on, let's go, guys, let's go.
Wow, but you don't realize how much junk, or I should say, crafting supplies, all this other stuff that you want to keep. So having that house, you can add these, the storage chests in, and you can have just a massive amount of storage in there, and that was just a huge help to me. And one last thing, the town board stuff. Then you're not doing this sort of grind like I was, trying to get to, reputation level 30 to get the big house.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of these faction boards, I mean the town board stuff, you might have stuff in your inventory. You might have, or stuff that, again, depends on how people want to play, but maybe you want to go to the trade house. Oh, it asks for 3 health potions or 3 mana potions or something. Okay, you can go craft them, you can go buy them.
Yeah.
Turn it in. There's XP, there's reputation, etc. Right?
Oh man, the quests here are all elite for the faction. I want to grab these PvP ones. Why not? So now I'm flagged for PvP because that's cool. Because I like PvP. All right, so you were saying for rabbits, where should I or go outside from the city? Hey, there you are. Do you want to flag for PvP and team up?
I guess I do.
Yeah. Let's invite to group. And then if you want to grab any of the faction missions for PvP, we can knock those out as well.
I don't mind.
I'm
good.
I love double triple dipping. Like anytime I can double triple dip in a game,
man.
like that's what it's all about. All right, so I'm gonna follow you. So you're be my Sherpa.
We're on Orofina.
We're about to change though.
About to go to Marama.
I will never abandon you guys because I say, and because I make content and because I tell you guys what server I'm on, I will always be on the server I'm on. The only time that changes is when they do a merge. So that means no matter what, we all go together. And so how is it pronounced, Yammerin? Because it took me like 6 months to learn how to say Orofina.
Yeah, it's pronounced Orofina. You said it.
Well, no, but the new one.
Right over your brain.
Marama.
Marama. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we both.
Actually,
it counts if we both kill him.
Pronunciation is Marama Mia. So
Marama Mia.
Marama Mia.
forget about it.
Gabagool. What other racist Italian things can I say? Because I'm an Italian.
It's a me.
It's a me, Brian.
It's me, Marama Mia.
Marama Mia.
So basically, this whole road, all the way down to this kind of like a bit of a crossroads. If you look, once we go down, we'll head south. And then this whole road, I kind of just keep. There's one on the right here.
I think because since we're on a team, I think we both get progress. So.
All right.
Cross from OPR.
Oh, dude, that's gonna be so good.
I can't wait.
Isn't it still active?
Summer.
5?
No, that's season 2. The downside is season 4 is when we get cross server expeditions and all that stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah, dude, that fire staff is sweet.
I just started playing around with this the other day.
Dude, fire staff is a lot of fun.
It is very good.
One right over here.
Yeah, blow it, buddy. Yeah.
I keep forgetting to use my little rabbit foot thing.
Oh, that's actually an excellent idea. I haven't used any of them. Just get that extra luck boost. Where are you, rabbit foot? Down here. Where are you? I know I have several. Here we go.
Should be in consumables.
Yeah, utilities. Yeah.
Did they speak about new weapons or new PvP modes? They're adding new weapons. I just don't know, but that's for the expansion, I think.
Yeah, most likely, and I hope that with it being it's an expansion, that it's like we get more than one new weapon, because I think that'd be fun.
If we only get one new weapon, I will be sad.
Yeah, I don't know. I think one sounds a little bit too little.
Yeah, because like when you put the word expansion on something, like it does feel like that needs to carry a significant amount of weight. And then from a weapons perspective, because like the expansion is going to be a paid expansion, then you can sit down and say, hey, you know, how do you get to use that new weapon? Like, oh, it's part of the expansion. Diamond gypsum, yeah, sweet, cool.
New PvP modes, though? I don't believe so.
We're going to get, they're going to have a new arena map, and then they're talking about a new OPR map. So they built the technology for map swapping, you know, so that's going to be something that comes into play, and I think that'll be nice. But the biggest thing is cross-server queue, you know, like the fact is like, because one of the problems that you run into, and you're going to run into no matter what, as long as these worlds are separate, it always runs into like what your server's on and how to do these things. And it's like, literally, it's like what they need is just, it shouldn't matter where you play, because the game, like certain things that just, hey, yeah, just bringing everybody together and stuff, you know, and that will be, that's the right call, but they have to build that tech, and we're going to see that roll out in phases. So.
Yeah, I found it very difficult to try to get a group together for expeditions, and it's not just the server pop, right? It's, you know, kind of the the system or lack thereof, right?
Yeah.
But
because
yeah, man, it's...
there are people who want to play on a small server, and the downside is that if you want that small server experience, which there are, like, it's not a bad experience, because that means maybe you control more land and you're doing different things, and you're not, you know, but you're cut off from OPR, you're cut off from some of the contents. And what solves that problem is, oh, let me just pull from the entire game, you know. It's like, okay, cool, you know. And so that's the solution. And so then I think what you'll end up seeing is that you won't see these servers that are like, you know, where you see these mass population fluxes, because people are just trying to get on to the, you know, like, oh, I just want to play on the server, or oh, I want to play with the ginger guy or whatever. It's like, all right, yeah, you don't have to trade servers. Like, we'll fire up. I think though that the thing they need is they also need the ability to guest on the server for open world content. So it's like, if you're able to, like, yeah, we're doing expeditions or whatever, or hey, we're just running around hunting rabbits or running open world dungeons, like, to be able to join in on that. I think that would be that has some value. Missed him with my grenade. Headshot. So, in terms of PvP modes, I think they have, like, if they can get the incentive rocking and rolling on open world PvP as well, that will be very valuable. And I think what you do to do that is you basically have like a hot conflict zone and just rotate it in every week. So it's like, hey, this week we're gonna, like, if you want to, like, this is what's happening, go to this zone. And, you know, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, hey, we're all because they did that on accident when they added in the PvP reward track. Because then it's like, oh, the fastest way to do the PvP stuff is just to go to this spot, and then everybody showed up there, and it ended up being like these big battles, and everybody talks about that very fondly. And like, they can reproduce that by just like making a hot zone, and then you rotate the hot zone every week, so it's always fresh, and then you can get excited. You're like, oh yeah, let's go to the zone, you know. Oh, I can't wait till the next time Great Cleave comes up, because that's, you know, we have a strategy or something, you know. Oh man, lots of high-end resources.
Yeah, that's the other reason I like coming out here.
Oh, dude, Ebonscale's gorgeous. Like, the zones in this game, the open world in this game is gorgeous, dude.
Yeah, New World is a beautiful game.
Yeah. It has its, like, unique advantage. And, gather, cool, 5 tier node resources. Its unique advantage really gives it so much, you know, like when people, like, dog it, it's like, okay, so every issue people bring up about the game, like, is solvable, as opposed to like the core of the game isn't fun. It's like, no, the core of the game is a lot of fun, but it has the benefit of being a new MMO for that, though. Like,
as you've said multiple times in the past, like it's very hard to change the core of, say, Fantasy 14 or WoW, because you've got so many years of backlog that you would have to change.
Yes,
And
that is a strength that they have.
Just because you want it changed now, there's people that have been playing it for 10 years that may still want to keep it the same as it is.
Oh, and we know that there are people and that do not want these games, like their MMO, to change at all. And it's like, oh man.
Yeah.
And I mean, I understand you're talking about kind of like the server population and stuff like that. It's like, I remember like early days in WoW where, you know, the server first, not even that argument, it was just the community aspect of having, you know, these people that you know, and it's, you know, fairly small.
Yeah.
You know, you're in the high hundreds, maybe you're going into you know, low thousands of people, and it was just really cool, you know, having a real great community on these servers. And you know, again, I understand why people are kind of loath to give that up, but to kind of, I think also, to your point about, you know, they want to keep the game the same. You know, now WoW has, you know, WoW Classic. You can go back to the old school WoW.
Yeah.
So, you know, that some of these games have solutions for folks.
Yeah, I do wonder how much that, like,
And there's talks of WoW Classic Plus as well coming at some point.
Classic Plus? What does that mean?
Basically, they're going to add some stuff that wasn't in the original Classic, but still feels like the same as Classic.
Okay.
yeah, that's always been the question. It's like, well, what happens when you end the Classic era?
Like, Classic has got a lot of people are going back to WoW Classic because of a new mod, hardcore mod, which means that you when you die, your character's gone.
Oh,
No, thank you. I died enough to Murlocs to know that that's not a good place for me to be.
So
Yeah.
people are talking that maybe Blizzard will add it as an actual feature in WoW, Classic WoW.
why not? You know, again, that's where I think, like, when it comes down to servers, like that, I think that could give the MMO the uniqueness that people crave, right? This is a hardcore server. Okay. Like, you understand the rules, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
The rule set of the server defines, or just like PvP servers, you know.
I got it. Yeah, exactly. That's what I always even advocated for in Final Fantasy 14, where it's like a lot of us Final Fantasy 11 players are like, yeah, the open world isn't dangerous. There's no reason to group up. There's like, you know, and it's like, well, what if there was a server that just said, that's the rules, you know, like, okay. And then people
Final
could.
14 is the only time you group up is for hunts, and even then it's like only for S tier or A tier. Even A tier is like iffy.
This is typically where I turn around, but
Okay.
do whatever, man.
Let's turn around. Oh yeah, see, they would guest into a server and they could do that farming. I don't actually see anything wrong with that mindset. Maybe that if they are guesting, there could be certain rules about like what you can bring back, or you know, that's where like it comes down to like, okay, well, you know, obviously how are people going to break it, but yeah, just to sit here and say, yeah, go to that server, play around, you know, it's like, okay, cool, hey, you got some materials, great. You know, and then maybe there's a tax on you that you get to choose to bring it, you know, okay, yeah, you want to bring that back, well, you know, to transfer this stuff, it's going to cost you a coin, you know, in-game currency or something, where it's like, okay, that's going to be how we rectify some of the, you know, without ruining one server's economy. That or you just join all the server's economy, and then it's like, all right, you got a lot of movement.
And I'm just going to say that that's the benefit that New World has, and WoW over some games is that, and I think ESO has it. I think it's just Final Fantasy 14 that doesn't have it really. You can test these features out with the public test server to see what it does break.
Right. You know, oh, I see how people are going to abuse that.
But I mean, F14 still gets away with it without one pretty well. I would say.
It doesn't need one, but I'm just saying, like, it's something like this where people, because it's a very
interesting.
New World is a very economy-based game.
Yeah, 14 isn't as much. Like if you're a culinarian or you know, like if you're creating raid materials, then yes. And outside of that, like you're needed like once every 8 months. Every 8 months, and then you're like, oh, Cool.
It's even then, it's still like a small market though, right?
Yeah.
Because those people are min-maxing, you know, with food and stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas in New World, it's just everybody needs everything. So.
It's why Fantasy 14 doesn't need a test server, especially because of the fact that everything is so
story
MSQ
driven
related.
Right.
Yeah.
So then, like, all you would be doing is having people either skip over that, and then the content creators, man, like they'd have to live on the test servers so that they could create the guides, so that by the instant it went live, the phrase, oh, like, go watch the guide, you know, something like that would be, you know.
I hate it.
You would need to make it so that the test servers just had whenever you went into the fights, just it popped up with placeholder instead of showing the actual cutscenes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I need more leaves. All right, complete. I'm not gonna do that. Craft a cast at the Flame Core Forge. Does anybody know how to do that?
You have to go to you need 10 flame cores, and then you have to go to
I have
Imperium
10
Forge.
So is it like just like outside the forge?
It's outside the entrance.
Is it Imran? Is it 10 or 15?
10.
I should have 10. Let me just check my inventory.
I thought it was 10.
But if anyone who likes their gadget games, the new big one comes out next week.
Which one?
Preload is live now. Honkai Star Rail.
I don't know.
Oh boy.
Just it's being made by the people who made Genshin Impact.
Oh yeah.
It's a turn-based space RPG.
I have to check my
Okay.
I'm gonna have to check my my storage, because I think I have the flame cores. Either way, let me go turn in these PvP. Let's go get these PvP quests knocked out real quick.
Yeah, it's crazy. This shows you how big mobile games are nowadays. It got 10 million.
I have a theory, and it's gonna. One of the things I like in terms of like content creation and bots, like I do think that there's this massive, like especially when it comes to the Chinese games, and what that does is it drives views. It keeps things like, you know, in terms of like how content creation is marketing. So content creators are like, oh my gosh, I'm getting so many views, and it's like a lot of it's just like these bot farms that are pushing people to make more content, which then just pushes that people into into the space. And so it's like sometimes exactly. So I do wonder, I have the pervading theory that a lot of like modern content creation, it's like, it's not necessarily like full on dead internet theory, but it's close.
What's dead internet theory?
That most of the content being generated is actually by bots for bots to hack algorithms.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Beep boop. I am bot.
That's real.
It's like when you look at it, because it's like, you know, again, just a theory, but it talks about like, why do you see things happen very, it just, there's a natural human component, but in terms of like how bots and machine learning is picking things up, like it's like, oh yeah, like it's like you go look at content creators, they'll roughly make the same stuff as other people, and then outside of them, you end up running into like articles and things like that. Like every year we're going to be talking about this, like you can set a clock to it. Like a bot's like, oh yeah. See, they need to get, if they got in like extra like weapon stuff, like that would be sweet. Let me level up weapons post level 20 and just for like gypsum or something, you know? You don't know a single person who seriously plays mobile games? How old are you, by the way?
You have
Magic?
not met my parents.
Well, hello, I am Chili, and I'm grinding a mobile game as we speak.
So now you know one.
Now you know one.
There you go.
I'm not a mobile gamer. Like they drive me nuts.
My parents play mobile games.
But I know people that are like hardcore into mobile.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm trying to be in the top 1,000 players on my game right now.
What game?
Dokkan Battles of Dragon Ball. I've been playing it for 7 years.
Wow.
And what's your position?
2,000 days login.
What's your
I'm
current
currently
position?
690th
Okay.
in the world out of 20,000 players. I've got another 17 hours to keep that spot. No sleep for me.
Woo. Just like your race to get for the rebuilding of Ishgard.
Yeah. That was 24 hours of constant fishing.
Woof.
I had to macro fishing because otherwise I was not going to make it.
I think what happens is that when you look at what mobile, and that's why I'm really a big proponent of cloud, is that mobile ends up becoming the way that gamers who really enjoy gaming continue to game when they have less and less time to do so. So all of a sudden it becomes the thing that you check in on regularly. And I think that as like something with like PAX Day, which is like cloud native, and all these like new MMOs come on board where it's like, yeah, we just jump in, log in, jump in for a little bit on your mobile phone. It's not a mobile game, but it's, we're gonna let you just pop in and do a couple of things. It ends up having that additional touch point, every here and there, which I think will be something that will be refreshing. But yeah, like my brother who like, oh yeah, I'm not really like gaming right now. And then it's like, he's always, he's playing some game on his phone. So I think essentially as gamers get older, mobile has become the like, well, I mean, I like gaming, but I'm sitting here just having to get the oil changed. So what am I doing? Well, I'm it's not the experience that I would like ultimately crave, but it's the experience that's available.
Right.
And as internet providers get better, as internet around the world gets better, as you said, cloud gaming is a thing, and technically it's a mobile game at that point. It's not a mobile game, but you're playing it on your phone.
Yep.
And you are mobile.
And then they don't have to sit here and worry about coding to what your phone can do. It's just like, hey, you got G5 internet, zip, 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 here's the game. And then, now you have more time to because generally speaking, I play downstairs. I'm hanging out with the kids. And so I'll just, whatever is easy to get into, I'll hang out. We might be all playing the same game together, or, maybe they're like, I don't know, watching Paw Patrol. And I'm like, all right, like I'm going to log in and play this. Like it ends up becoming about like, what's the path of least resistance so that I can kick back and relax and play a game for a little while, What world do we play on? We're on Orofina right now, and that's about to be moved into Mamma Mia.
That's right. World 1-1.
Yeah.
Talking about, Brian, you said older gamers. We were talking in Discord last night, and someone was mentioning, hey, I'm surprised to hear that people, like, I'm 48, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I didn't realize there were
me.
so many. Well, I was trying
a
to.
couple days ago.
I know who it was. I was trying to protect your identity, Imran.
More
But
about it.
all right, congratulations. And he was surprised at that. So I wanted to get your perspective, Brian. What do you think as far as, because my sort of point was, I go back to early '80s with the VIC-20 and Commodore 64, and so I think there, that sort of generation of folks. Now are my age and older, right? So like a couple of the other folks that we have on our in our little gaming group here. So what's your perspective? Is that something you see a lot? Is it not?
Yeah, I think how, especially when it comes to like New World and age, people, I think, and I lovingly call this RuneScape for adults. So when it comes down to it, like the difference is, especially between you and me, like your kids are older, mine are younger, so we're all in kind of these different phases. But I as gaming has evolved over the last couple of years, like it used to fall off at level 16, level 17, 18, because there really wasn't anything offering to adults. And now more and more, like there's also the health benefits of gaming as it, helps your memory and so much more. So I'm definitely for it. One second, Julie's calling me. Well, all right.
Oh, nice, Adam. Commodore 64 was your first computer.
Mine wasn't. Like a Packard Bell was my first computer. But we had the NES was my introduction to video games, and it wasn't the original Mario. It was actually Super Mario Brothers 2, the first video game I ever saw, and it was so I have a deep love of Super Mario Brothers 2.
So is that how come you're still into gaming if Super Mario? Oh, that game was crazy.
It was a crazy game.
I don't think I ever beat it. It was
Yeah,
Never beat it? Oh man.
No, I think I got stuck on Birdo as a kid.
Interesting. I played that game like crazy. Mario, Mario is one of my biggest favorites. Now, guys, give me a second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go and help Maddie. So she's got to get ready to go. So I'll be right back.
But I think it's because I went from playing only because I mainly played Sonic first, and then I tried Mario. So I went from
Right.
I used to like moving a lot faster.
Talk to you guys in a bit.
All right, pal. Yeah, we were talking about my, I think one of, if not the first game I played, again, on this VIC-20, 82. I'm going to say somewhere in there. I was probably 8, 9. It was called Sword of Fargol. And it's like this little dungeon crawler. I don't know if anyone's familiar with it. And man, of course, the graphics were trash. Looking back on it, you go, oof. But man, me and my dad, we loved that game. And when we got a Commodore 64, played that, and never beat the game. We just had a ton. It was just so much fun. And all it was is your guy was a handful of pixels, and you're going around this dungeon, and you're, getting into, chests, picking up loot, stuff like that. You're fighting wyverns and wolves and all this other stuff. And you just keep descending down, trying to get this sword and then come all the way back up. We got it one time, and pretty much got immediately killed. That was a blast. I love that game. I'm looking at the chat. Yeah, Commodore 64. Good for you, Adam. Do you remember Beachhead or Jumpman? Any of those those games stick out in anyone's mind?
Which game, sorry?
It was Jumpman, Beachhead I used to play. Man, it was really something. That was a great game.
Jumpman was the original Mario, right?
No. Well, this, Imran said the same thing. That's from what I Googled, right? Not that I know anything about this. It was right. He didn't have a name, and that's what they called him. But yeah, no, this was completely different. I really don't remember a whole lot about the game, other than you'd be getting shot at, and you would have to jump over these, bullets or something. I don't even remember what the heck the point of the game was, but and it was Frankie Goes to Hollywood, all these crazy BC, where you're the old comic strip BC, you'd be running around on a stone unicycle, all this and of course a lot of this stuff was on cassette. So you plunk a cassette in your cassette drive and it takes half an hour to load a game.
No, the cool thing back then for some of those games was the fact that you could also then put the cassette player into a normal cassette player and listen to the music as well. Some of the old PlayStation 1 games were like that as well, where the music was a separate folder.
Track.
So if you,
Yeah, N64. Yeah. That was. I think I went from, me personally, VIC-20, Commodore 64. Then it was a big gap. I didn't get my first legit PC until I think 94. Mine was a Packard Bell as well. And yeah, man.
I didn't really get my first PC until 2000 with Fantasy 11.
Yeah.
It was just before that we got a PC, and then I upgraded it so I could play 11. And I used all my college money to buy 11.
I remember, talk about
Because
college. Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. Go ahead.
Because this was back in the day where Square Enix didn't really like Europe. So it went like the Japanese release, and then a couple of months later the American release, and then a year later the Europe release.
Oh gosh.
So I wasn't going to wait a year again for 11, because I think 11 came out in Europe around the same time as like nearly the third expansion.
Holy smokes.
So
Yeah,
I'd spent all my money to import it from America.
Goodness. Yeah, I think when I got a PC, I'm trying to think of. I think one of the first games I got was the original Warcraft. I went to college in Buffalo, upstate New York. So think very cold, very snowy, and right in the Great Lakes region. And so I went to Computer City, which is now years gone. And I'm looking at this. I'm like, oh, this Warcraft looks pretty cool. Like, I'm going to go check this out. And I was like, oh, my God. Pretty much never played not many games before. And I was like totally hooked on that. And then you could play, that was, you'd play over a modem. So you'd have to call somebody. So a guy in a buddy of mine's fraternity, I was dialing him on on the phone, and we would play multiplayer Warcraft. It was wild. There was I think it was the original was it? Yeah, it must have been Doom or Doom 2. I can't remember. But the guy who lived across the hall from me, and he was like talking a lot of smack about how his computer was better than mine, and I only had an SX250, hertz, not gigahertz, or megahertz, I should say. But I would load the game, it'd be done, and then I could get up, walk across the hall to his computer, and stand over him, and like, yeah, man, how's that math coprocessor doing there, pal? You doing all right? You're coprocessing? That was wild. Yeah, you'd be dialing up people to play games with, and it was awesome. It was amazing. Wow. Built your own PC. Yeah, that's a lot of fun, man. My PC now is a couple years old, and it's if money was unlimited, I'd say, yeah, all right, I'll go upgrade this or upgrade that, but as we all know, these video cards are absurd. I'm fortunate enough to have a 3080 Ti, and man, it's fantastic. But I see, some of these performance charts, they show like a 3080 Ti versus like a 4090. I'm like, oof, like it's like a significant jump.
But I double checked the release dates. November 2002 was Japanese release. October 2003 was North America, and then September 2004 was Europe for 11.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Yeah, 3080 Ti. It's a solid card. Yeah, I got it. Again, of course, during the COVID times, I had what did I get? A 3060 Ti, and then I sold that, and basically I was able to use a lot of the money I made from that to, cover the cost difference, because a buddy of mine picked it up in Atlanta for me, shipped it up to New York, and between the card, tax, shipping, and I gave him $50 for his effort, it's like $1,600. I think the most I paid for a video card before that was like $350. So that was like a huge uplift, but man, yeah, this has just been a great machine to play these games on. Wow, 1,200 pounds. Yeah, it's brutal. It's brutal with the, all these, all these video cards, and we know how this goes. Corporate greed. They're trying to maximize. We know these don't cost anywhere near that to create, but they're trying to take advantage of what the current market is.
It might not cost that much to make, but you've got to look into the research and stuff like that into it as well.
Oh no! I don't. I'm just to be clear, I'm not blind to, we're not just talking about the physical parts and the person to put it together. There's the machinery, like you said, there's R&D, there's all this other stuff that, keeps the machine running, right? Yeah. But it's just wild that it's gone from, hundreds to, thousands now in a very short amount of time. And again, they talk about, supply chain, and then you see, not to get in a whole diatribe about this, but you see these companies who are basically crying, supply chain. They're making like record profits. They're like blowing away, big PC. That's right. That's right, Alex.
Look at England, where like gas prices have gone up a lot, and then suddenly they're like, we made profit, but nobody can afford. Yeah. Well, that's that's not their concern, We literally had to have companies open up warm booths.
Oh,
where
goodness.
Buildings were designed so that people can go in to stay warm.
Goodness, man.
Because of how high the gas prices were getting.
Yeah, I was just in Paris recently for work, and it seems much worse in Europe as far as the cost of petrol versus gas here in the US. My goodness.
But then gas and petrol, it's always been ridiculous. I've always laughed when Americans are like, oh no, it's gone up. I'm like, great.
Yeah. Pump the brakes, kid. We know. We're well aware.
Well done. You're now at the price that we used to be at.
or they compare, gallons to liters. They don't understand the conversion, right? So, anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm just while Brian's away, trying to be a good steward of his channel here. Any folks have any questions? I mean, I'll speak for myself. I'm not an expert on New World, but there might be something I could
or just questions in general. Just
for sure.
Away.
I figured these folks are nice enough to be here. Let's try to pick the ball back up from Brian and try to help them out here and give them something somewhat entertaining, at least that they won't want to jump off a building or something. I'm sure they don't want to see me kill the same guy 15 times to stop Brian from getting killed.
The Magic Alex says, what's everyone's favorite zone in New World? I haven't played New World in a while, but I'll let you respond to that.
That's a very good question. I don't know if I have a favorite zone. I do like Brimstone, the desert aspect of it, but yeah, there's just stuff that I think also part of my problem is I kind of, and to my own detriment, don't necessarily take notice of the scenery all the time as I'm flying by. I'll notice the lighting, sunrise, sunset, everyone has said with this game, it's just a gorgeous game, and they've done such a fantastic job with it. But I don't know if I have a favorite zone. I think it's I probably have less favorite zones only because I get crushed with some of these quests. Some of these things where
not back, just heads up, but I was gonna let y'all know I'm hunting shoes. So 90% of my job is hunting shoes.
Things going here, pal. So
I'll be back and hopefully soon. Just I just wanted to give you guys an update.
Yeah, sounds good, pal. So sorry not dodge the question, but yeah, I really the only thing, like I said, is and maybe that's a question for you guys. I wonder, and for yourself, Chili. I don't know if you remember. Have you played since they introduced Brimstone Sands and all that?
I played during the restart area where I made it on a new server, but my issue was I made it on a new server, and now I've got no excitement to play it because, well,
right,
I was on my own most of the time. So
yeah. Well, because and that kind of goes into what I was going to ask these folks, because now I know in watching some of Brian's videos, he talks about the difficulty. Some folks are, oh, it's too hard, it's too easy. My opinion is I don't think most of the content is too hard, except for one exception is trying to do these quests. So, for example, and I know that it's two very different games and so forth, right? I understand. Playing World of Warcraft, I could, except for anything that said group, as a group quest, I could do any quest in that game and complete it solo, no problem. Yeah. That is not the case here, right? So, and it's not a, from what I've seen, it's not a, player skill and, oh, you just got to get good and you're just terrible and I could do everything solo and what's your problem? But it just seems like I talk to people and they are, sort of struggling to do this content solo, whereas it's you get groups together and that's fine, but it kind of does limit the kind of stuff you can do on your own, maybe when there isn't somebody around. Like you were saying, Chili, you were playing by yourself. I could see someone like yourself playing solo and kind of get, demotivated because you don't have, I can't do this quest. Oh, that's too hard. Look through your quest log. Oh, that one's too hard. I guess I'll go farm, or I guess I'll go log off or something. So I'm curious what other folks think as far as the difficulty is concerned.
Solo wise, I didn't find where I got to. I didn't find anything too difficult, but I didn't get to. Well, I know Brian says end game starts at the start, but there's always going to be some form of end game, like chest runs and all that lot, which is more. Sure.
No, I mean that stuff is clearly group content. I mean, I'm strictly talking about the quests that I can go pick up. They don't say elite, they don't say expedition, they're just normal quests. And
I think because that's where I played it differently than most people, because I played it like I went in with Fantasy 14 or technically Fantasy 11, where I just went around and grinded a lot of stuff. Yeah, that's how I kind of leveled. I kind of just went around and grinded. Like I got my gathering and crafting up, which helped me leveled up faster. Like I got my mining to 200.
Right.
Because I just ran around.
Yeah, it's nice that they give you XP off stuff like that. Yeah, but as far as the the quests themselves, which do give, especially when you get into the 55 plus zones, they do give much better rewards. I mean, to get a gypsum orb from a quest, wow, you look at it, that's great. But some of these areas, and again, it's not like you go here, gather this thing, come back. It's go here, get this thing, but you're in a fort full of dudes, and the respawn rate is very high, right? Even if you're the only one there. So by the time you get to the end, all the other guys behind you have respawned, and they're so close to each other, you're getting 2 and 3, and it's just, if you don't put up a camp there, it's game over.
Do you think that, I know this sounds weird, but do you think that they could possibly add a way to scale the difficulty for the quests? Have you ever played Fantasy 14?
Very briefly. I think I maybe got up to level 15, 16, something like that. So I couldn't speak to it at all, though.
Well, it's not exactly the same as questing, but there's instance fights sometimes where you have to do certain things instanced.
Right.
And if you start losing too much for that, it actually asks if you want to turn down the difficulty. I do wonder if they have a way to modify the difficulty of quests and then just lower the rewards you get if you decide to lower it.
Yeah, I've seen that, and that's a good point. I've seen that in, like God of War and, other games where they'll say, effectively, well, it seems like you're struggling here. Do you want to, or do you want a hint? That sort of thing, where they see that you're having a problem. They actually have the end of, and I won't give any details of this, the end of the main story quest in New World. There's an instance, like a solo instance version, right? Now, I went in there, I think the first time the guy killed me, but second time I went in and killed him. Now, there's another guy in our company who is really struggling with that, and I can't help him, So yes, again, looking at the chat, yes, gearing, I see that Lockdown Grid says, yeah, it can be challenging. it's and I don't want anybody to get me wrong here. I want a challenge. I want things to, depending on the game I play. So I'm going through, just as a quick aside, I'm going through Jedi Fallen Order. It's a game that I, because it was on Xbox Game Pass, I said, oh, cool, Star Wars Jedi, let me check it out.
Nice.
And I started through it a little bit, and I'm like, oh, this is a great game. I don't know what it is about me. I just kind of just put stuff down, and then maybe I come back to it, maybe I don't. I've completed several other, console games, but it's like, you get to the point where there's challenge, and then you can step it down. So in Jedi Fallen Order, right? I have it on story, because when I go, that's my preference, and I'm glad it's there. I'm not trying to challenge myself. It's a different experience. I'm there for the story. And I kind of do, I typically start out on, like, say, a God of War or something similar. I'll start out with whatever the default difficulty is. But I have no problem. If I'm getting stuck or I'm getting challenged or frustrated, I have no problem with bumping it down. So yeah, I think, I don't know what they could do, because these are not I think they could make adjustments to how some of these mobs spawn and their respawn rate, right? And say, for example, I think, WoW did this, and I'm sure many other games have done this for years. More people in XYZ area, therefore more spawn rate to accommodate that and so forth. But I just think that it might be worth review for them to tweak it down a little bit, or at least maybe, okay, we see this mob patrols over here, and he's near this guy, which gets this other guy. Maybe put this other guy a little further away, or what I'm saying. I'm not saying, okay, empty out the fort because I want to stroll in and I don't face roll everything. It's just, some of them, and again, I'm not the greatest player, but I'm not the worst. And there's some other folks that I play with now or have played with that, there's different levels of skill that they have. And for the folks who are on the lesser skilled end, it's a challenge for them. But, it's part of it's, yes, I know I'm talking a lot here, but part of it's the gearing and so forth. And I've been, with the little knowledge that I have, been trying to help some of these other folks. But it's, yeah, man, it's certain activities in this game, I think it would behoove the players if they would just do a review and to say, okay, what's the average gear score? What if somebody did all the quests up to this point, or half the quests, whatever their metric is? Let's take that player with that gear now, go in there, and let's see what happens. All right, so I'm looking back at the chat here. Yeah, certain meta to soloing. Trenchant recovery, Magic Alex. I'm not particularly familiar with that. Yeah, well, build a different set. Yeah, well, and that's the thing too. It's like you'll get a variety of responses, right? It'll be, well, you're not good enough. Don't ruin it for everyone else. Fair, right? Well, just go get this build. What if I don't want to play that? Well, go make a tank set. That wasn't in the cards. That's not what I shouldn't have to get a certain, a specific build to complete XYZ content, especially if it's solo stuff. If you're going into an expedition, definitely, right? Everyone has their, whatever their Trinity role is, cool, right? But yeah, man, it's, I just feel like my gut feeling is it could use a tweak. Come back to New World. Level 40, worth picking up. Yeah, I'll let some of the other folks chime in, of course, but I've been really enjoying it, and in fact, I want to say probably a couple months before this latest update, really wasn't playing all that much. I was kind of catching up on console games and so forth. Yeah, but with the season stuff, I really have been enjoying this a lot. I've been really digging the content, I think, and I really like, just in a broader sense, I like the approach they take with this game, where, Brian's talking about earlier, double dipping, and I can, do X activity, and I can also do Y and Z, and they're all kind of in the same area. But I think the season pass, it's not just, let's crush people and do, PvP stuff or PvE or whatever. You can have, let's say there's 8 activities in a particular chapter of your season card, you know, you don't have to complete all 8. You can do, I think it's 5 that you can to get to progress to the next chapter, right? Yes, there's stuff in the challenging part that'll like woof. You know, like I look at, you know, it's doing these like really high-end expeditions, you know, so it's like, well, I'd like to get there, but, you know, I'm not sure if that's going to happen necessarily, right? So, but I think they do a good mix of the season stuff between gathering, crafting, PvE, PvP, and you can take that card and just, well, I don't have any activities on this card that I can fill in. Okay, you keep your, I'll call it bingo card, you keep all your stamps, and you just re-roll all the activities. And okay, now let's take a look at these new activities. Can I use those to get, you know, fill in some of these other stamps? Cool, right? So, as Cure, I would say give it. I mean, you already own the game, right? Assuming that you have the time to play, I would say you could do one of 2 things. Like you said, you already have a level 40. You can, you know, obvious statement, you can continue that. I would say continue on the 40. That said, they did revamp 1 to 40, and maybe that's part of your question here. So it might be doing, me personally, the story just doesn't grab me in New World. I can't pinpoint it. I couldn't tell you why. I couldn't kind of, you know, defend my position here, but it just doesn't grab me. So I derive more fun from the folks that I play with, you know, versus any of this, you know, any of the story stuff or whatever. And I know they're trying. I know they're trying to add stuff. But yeah, I would say take your 40, get up, you know, get to 60. You know, you got Brimstone. You have these new expeditions that you could do. Obviously, there's a lot of new, you know, season activity and so forth. That would be my personal opinion. Trench recovery basically restores health when using heavy attacks. Gotcha. Okay, thank you. Yeah, you know, and again, I'm not just to I'm not saying like I have the most min-max build, but I think that the gear I have is very good. I mean, you know, some of the stuff, you know, I don't have any shame in saying I just, you know, sometimes just go to the trade house and like, oh, you know, I just had like a, you know, mid 500s gear score piece, and I just said, oh, what else can I get? I did my filters and everything and said, oh, this one's, you know, 200 gold. Here we go, you know. But yeah, could I min-max it? But you know, I would say then my question to other folks would be, not that anyone here is, you know, in the chat is saying this, but is that what's required to complete the solo quest? Does someone have to be able to min-max all their stats and to be, you know, to truly optimize their character while they're still doing quests? I don't know. I don't know if I, you know, the phony position I just created and answered. I just hope that's not their, you know, their stance on this stuff. No, I just hope it's, you know, what's the, and again, maybe they're just looking at it like the, I don't know, the gear that they expect the person to be at that level. Maybe it's just too high, you know. And again, they have all the metrics, they have all the data where they can investigate, okay, when somebody gets to level 60, what's their, you know, average gear score, right? And then they could break that down even further. I'm positive. Yeah, as Kira, I just couldn't say. You know, as somebody, I'm not good to, you know, I'm not good to answer that question, because again, the story to me, I've, pardon me, I've found that it's just not, you know, it doesn't really grab me. So, I hate to tell you, yeah, no, don't worry about it, but just keep in mind that that's where this is coming from, is somebody who is not really drawn into the story of this game. I don't know if, by the way, I don't know if Brian has mentioned the Discord server or anything like that. I would just say that if anyone is And again, there's nothing. It's not like you you have to make a commitment or anything, but we got a good little core group of folks on this Discord server, and I've been really enjoying my time here. And I transferred over to the server not long ago, a few weeks ago, and there's a lot of really good folks here, and I really enjoy playing with them. And so if you're somebody who's watching this or listening to this, and you're like, man, I don't have anybody to play with, all my friends are playing something else, or whatever the case is, hey, as they mentioned, Orfina is going to Marama, whatever the name of this the server is coming up. But the Discord's there for regardless of what server you play on. If you just want somebody to chat with while you're doing something different on your own server, I think it's a nice little thing we got going on. So I would recommend you come in, check it out, and see if it's for you.
And if you're not even playing New World, the Discord server has multiple different chats as well.
Oh, excellent point.
Like there's like a Destiny group as well. They've got a Destiny clan. There's all different, all the things you can talk about.
Yeah, and plus just not to mention chat
or you can
channels
just join in
and
and chat.
So forth. Yeah.
I'm currently playing the Overwatch as we speak.
Oh.
I'm dying in the Overwatch as we speak. I have to do my weeklies, and I have to win 5 times as a healer and 5 times as a tank, or 5 times. You got to win 5 times as one of each role.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 2 of each role, should we say? Because you got to do it as healer, tank, or DPS, but you got to do it with 5 healer, 5 tank, or 5, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be all 3, but you have to do at least 2 of the roles. I've done it as healer, but
yeah, Blizzard loves their daily quests. Oh my goodness.
I will say at least this has some. At least the daily quest in this is quite easy. Like, win a game. I had one daily quest where it says use the emote thank you to a healer. That was you. And you got XP. You got 5,000 XP for that. So, which by the way is half a level in the battle pass. So you say hello to the healer, you got half your rank up.
Right, and I just picture somebody who's a healer who's maybe not aware of this, like, why are all these people thanking me? Like, what's going on here? Then the next week it's like, I had a levels 39 on an old server and wanted to start on a fresh start, so I grinded up 60 in a week. Oh my goodness. Didn't notice much difference in the story apart from the cutscenes. Wow. That is talk about grind. My goodness, man. Good for you. Uh-oh. He's got 55 seconds until it boots him off.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. Is he gonna make it? Place your bets now.
I'm gonna go with no.
I'm gonna go with no as well. Yeah, I think they sort of rightly, kind of rejiggered that XP for those, for the quest. It is, I think previously, when I leveled up my first character, when the game launched, it was and there he goes. Game session ended due to game inactivity. I remember having to, I basically forgot about the main story quest and went, I looked at it, it was like level 20 something, like, oop, let's get that back up. But then it got, to the point where I couldn't really, and he just laid down in the game. Oh, well. I couldn't really, complete it. It was getting to be too much. And I was like, you know what, let me just go do the side quest. So I'm glad, that content's there to be able to you know, you're not stuck. Maybe not stuck is the best word, but you know, you're not. Oh, you have to, you know, kind of grind out this main story quest. Hey, oh, you just missed it.
I know. I got kicked.
Looking for a game to capture.
Yeah. I'm back. Sorry about
Welcome
that,
back, buddy.
Thanks, guys, for the likes. By the way, that was a. I need to have the randomly doing dad things or husband things. Like as like where's Brian? He's doing his thing.
Yeah, they were forced to listen to mostly me during your absence. So
Oh, no, thank you. That's one of the
dislike count goes up. You know,
it does not bother me. In fact, people can just double tap that dislike.
yeah, double down on the dislike.
Double down. Just hate this all you want. All right, cool. Yeah, I have a little bit. Got the boys playing Mario right now, so who knows? Like, if I get pulled away again, I'll end up just wrapping up because it's like, you never know. I could play for the next like hour and a half, or end up being like, well, that was 10 minutes. See, that's the thing. Like, I can't fathom the full-time streamer. Like, I just don't. That's not
it just doesn't work with your life, right? So
I can get like the retired streamer, like, hey, yeah, you know, guys, I'm retired and you know whatnot. And it's like
my kids are in college or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. They're the full-time streamers. I just kind of glam on.
That's my retirement plan right there. I want to go get an RV with some satellite internet and just roam around, man. Yeah,
travel the world.
Heck yeah.
That's interesting, like, especially as we're talking about what cloud streaming and stuff gets even better. Like, that could be a real possibility where you're like, I don't even need a high-end gaming PC. Like, we're just like chilled, got a cool studio setup on an RV, and you just live on the road.
Oh man, that's life. Yeah, but me and a buddy, we talk about getting, getting one of these. Again, I'm probably at least 15 years away from retiring, so hopefully the technology gets better. But one of these like self-driving RVs.
Oh heck yeah, dude!
My wife and I take off, and you can
we
could still be working. Both of our. My job is 100% remote. Hers, since COVID, has been probably 98% remote. She goes into
mine's all remote.
Yeah. That'd be amazing.
Oh yeah, and then you bring up the great point about self-driving. It's like all of a sudden it's like, cool, we're gonna just get in the vehicle and just we're gonna let it drive ourselves over here, and meanwhile, like, you could play games, read, relax, take a nap. It's like the road experience, dude. Like that could remake that.
Yeah, you just wake up one morning, all right, well, we're here. I know we wanted to do XYZ elemental P. Okay. All right. So where do we want to head to tomorrow? My wife's like, she's really the planner. So
it's good to have one of those. I'm not a planner either. I'm just like, all right, tell me what we're doing.
Yeah.
I sometimes plan a little bit, but I'm not good at planning. So
the lockdown says that they are off work due to back pain. Sorry to hear about the back pain, dude.
Oh man.
So hopefully you get that appointment and get that handled, man. And then hopefully you can get some kind of relaxed game time in.
Nice.
Yeah,
that sucks though.
Yeah, I feel the I feel the pain with the back stuff. It's I've been wanting to get a some sort of a recliner that has like a lot of some really good back support.
Yeah.
And but I get in my head, I'm like, what are people gonna think? They see me on a Zoom in like a recliner.
Oh yes, this is the life, boys.
Yeah. And they'll be jealous.
I'll be like,
that's
man,
what they're
I'm
thinking.
jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. So we got those off the board there. I'm gonna head out to Rabbit Island. Also we're gonna unflag for PvP, so we don't have to.
That is an excellent idea.
Cannot change PvP. What PvP message? All right, fine.
Oh, you still have, yeah.
Let me abandon it.
I know I always say this and you say it's okay, but I always ask anyway. Do you mind if I promote myself?
Please go for it, man.
Okay, because there might be one time where I say, "Can I promote myself?"
You got the 1,000, right?
Okay.
Or you were like dancing?
Yeah, that's what
with
I say. We hit 1,000.
Yes.
Yeah, we're at 1,001 followers on Twitch now. So yeah, thanks to ESO actually. Paul has been playing ESO recently. We've got a lot of people who come follow for that.
They're getting ready for their expansion, right?
Yeah.
They have their yearly expansion. Like I tell you, like it's that.
Yeah.
You have this yearly check-in point, and then you can kind of have seasonal content that drives the in between the yearly checkpoint. That seems to be the best model. You don't get as massive an expansion, or at least from what I'm told, but yeah.
Anyway, you go check out Moogle Go Around Radio on Twitch. Thank you. We just had 7-year anniversary as well.
When are you doing the penguin suit stream?
Hopefully May 5th.
Okay, great.
So, Chili, for anybody who doesn't know, what do you stream over there?
Well, I stream a lot of Final Fantasy. I stream Final Fantasy 14 regularly. I'm currently going through Pixel Remaster as White Mage Only run, which I'm going to make sure goes on YouTube for Brian, because I know he asked me to do that last time.
Thank you. Yes, please. Yes. I rarely consume Twitch content.
Right.
Like I rarely go out to Twitch. Like if I see somebody like tweet it out and I'll go hang out for a little bit, like that's generally how I consume Twitch. Everything else is like I'm just on YouTube. And then before you continue, Chili, the Lockdown Grid. Also, happy early 41st birthday, dude. I'm 41 right now. And one of the things, and I don't know if this is going to help you out, but I tell you, like, I've been trying to do this very like religiously. Is like the first thing I do when I get up, man. I have like this like warm up stretching routine of like squats and I made a wrong turn. And then I do this like just like it's stretching at the back, warming up, and I've been doing that very regularly, which has been, I think, a real big help. It's been a real big help to me.
It's a huge help.
Thank you, Maddo, for
as we get older, like our flexibility gets less, and so we have to make a bigger investment in flexibility, because that's just going to be something that just pays for itself time and time again.
I know that feeling when I broke my wrist couldn't use my wrist for months.
Yeah.
Now I still don't have full flexibility in it. I still have,
You got somebody out here.
Maddo for Life from Little Crows about the US class. Akin has been checking out Little Paul's streams. Well, thank you so much for the support. But yeah, I stream Final Fantasy 14 Tuesday, Wednesday. Well, I stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Right now we're going through Pixel Remaster, of course.
Yes.
I'll stream more 14 when the
6.4
when the
drops.
patch comes out. But right now, we're taking a little break. But yeah, and then I've got to go through Crisis Core as well. And Paul is streaming Fantasy 14 raids and ESO right now.
Oh yeah, 5 kids. My sixth kid will be here most likely Tuesday.
Oof.
So
you guys are tryhards, man.
My 6th sex trophy is what I say in my stand-up.
You got a full trial now, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Are you going for the football team, Brian, or where does
I absolutely. If we're talking soccer, sure. If we're talking like American football, I hate American football.
No, I mean the numbers. Are you going to try to field a full team with the number of kids, or what are we talking about here?
Julie and I always kind of felt 6 was what we wanted before we got married, and so yeah, that's the number that we're kind of at, and that's what we're feeling. We were thinking we were done at 5, but then Julie went on like a retreat, and she came back and she's like, I'm feeling like maybe we should have one more, and I was like, okay. I've always told her that like that is going to, like when she's ready to stop, then I'm in. But if she ever comes, like if she comes and says she wants another baby, the answer is automatically yes, because I never want her to ever worry about that kind of stuff. It's like okay, so I'm in. Like I'm all in. Whenever, like if she wants the 7th, then the answer is yes. If she keeps wanting babies, then the answer is yes. I will do. But then what I have to, what the rule is though, is that she can't be ovulating when she says that. She's like okay, like let's let the kids let's skip one cycle, let's let the kids yell at you, and if you're like feeling like we want to the family still needs to grow, then that's great, but we're gonna make it like where the kids are like at their absolute worst. I'm gonna feed them up with sugar, we'll let them watch television, and then
right really spin them up.
Yeah, really spin them up, and then if you're like yep, and then I'm like okay, let's go. Yeah, so right now we're going to identify ourselves as her term was, and I think it's hilarious. I need to find a way to work it into a bit, but it's Sissic, single income, 6 kids. And for because like Chris, like my friend that I run work to game with, he's a dink. He's dual income, no kids. So
Right.
it's like all these little terms. I was like, all right.
Single income, 6 kids.
I don't mind it. Like I'm not envious of any of the income at all. What I'm envious of is more than anything else is the time, the available time that people have.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
you have free. Like it's funny. Like I was in here, I was making a joke, and I still need to like write it up a little bit better and tighten it up. But it's like, yeah, like I understand why all these people just complain about stuff on Twitter. It's like, you know, they don't really have any problems.
Right. Well, they clearly have the disposable time.
They have the time to complain. Like I'm like, all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds like it's really rough there for you, buddy.
Right. Right. Oof, wow. I hate to be you. Wow.
Gosh,
That's gotta be
darn.
miserable.
Man. Oh no. They ate your lunch at work. Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
Oh darn it. What are you gonna do?
To be fair though, that is bad.
I'm saying something that sucks, but like in the grand
Yeah.
scheme of things, it's like, all right.
No, I don't. No, I can't agree with that in any way.
How many kids you got, Shelly?
Yeah, but I've got
Proves
a
my
severe
point.
allergy.
You just proved my point.
Yeah, exactly. He noticed the silence, right? He was like, ugh.
Wait a minute.
No, but I have a severe allergy, so if I
That's
have
true,
to,
yeah.
if I, like that's what I can't agree with you with food because of the fact that there's
Yeah.
specific allergies and stuff like
Oh,
that.
somebody ate my food at lunch once. Yeah, it's absolutely. It sucks. It's annoying.
So gross. I don't understand how people do that, man.
Well, humans suck, man.
What kind of person must you be that you know you didn't bring this?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, what excuse could you possibly have?
You're just
But
selfish
I'm just
person.
like, I don't 100% disagree with you, but I also like food like that. Nah. I'm going after you if you eat my food.
Oh yeah.
I'm a big lad.
I need my meal. But yeah, I'm with you. I have a lot of food allergies too, so it's like, all right. That's why it's like,
I'm allergic to legumes and nuts, so
oh wow, that sucks.
yeah.
Somebody who I
So
don't
stuff
like
like-
peanut butter, but at least I'm not allergic to nuts, you know.
Yeah, peanuts, even stuff like peas, chickpeas, lentils, black beans.
Oh.
So
Yeah, my cousin, she's allergic to alcohol. So
I mean,
I know a lot of people would be
I
like,
feel like
"Oh."
most people are technically allergic to alcohol. It's called the
Well,
next day, but no.
Right.
But yeah, I know what you mean. Sorry.
So Brian, I have a question on just from a logistical perspective. Now, 6 kids. Just what kind of vehicle do you guys have to kind of
We
scoot
have
them
an
around?
Odyssey.
You fit them all in an Odyssey?
Yeah, it's 8-seater, man. 2 adults, 6 kids. We're great.
Even with all the car seats and everything?
Yeah, we have we bought our car seats based off of like the understanding of how to get them in, but they're all not like in car seats anymore though. So it's like
Right.
the oldest is 8, so she doesn't need a car seat. We got a couple boosters, and then everything else is you know.
So now, do you sit the kids in the back who have the boosters and whatever?
A mix of both. Like you know, they like to play musical chairs.
Okay.
So-
Because I'm thinking now, I know what it's like to get like a carrier in the back of an Odyssey. Just not
Oh,
the
yeah,
middle.
no,
Not
no.
even the backpack, right?
Yeah,
so
we're
that's
not.
gotta be talking
I'm
about
not
bad.
I'm not putting the the new baby is not in the back for that reason. It's like okay,
Whoa,
no, we have easy access at the doors.
they're the best. People who talk smack about, we're not minivan people. Man, I feel like you don't know what you're missing.
Dude, well,
Just to have kids with
I'm
sliding
all
doors.
Yeah, we don't borrow money, or at least we haven't in a long time, which is great. So I don't owe anybody any money. But one of the things is like because the nice thing about like our area, like a lot of the the good news from a support perspective is that like we have a lot of friends that also have like 5 and 6 kids, so it's like we're all kind of in on this together. But like one of them, one of my friends, Todd, he got one of like these like airport shuttle vans. I'm kind of jealous of that.
Yeah.
Hey Annie, how you feeling, sweetie? 1 second.
Wow, 5 kids. Goodness. Looking through the chat now, can't figure out why she keeps getting prig. Oh yeah, well you have to.
Yeah, just
have a doctor's appointment. Maybe he can probably explain that. New PC chair went for ergonomic. One of our PC has been a godsend. Yeah, Lockdown. What, if you don't mind me asking, what can you share any details about that? Because I have, I got myself an office chair, I don't know, man, probably a couple of years ago, and it's fine, but, and I wasn't necessarily trying to cheap out or anything, but it just doesn't seem like it has enough support for my old back. So, plus I sit like, I don't know if you guys ever saw it's not Onion, but it's some sort of goof article where it says, woman says she doesn't want to jog because it'll hurt her knees, and meanwhile she sits like Gollum for 10 hours a day. Yeah, I'd love to get it, but I do sit kind of weird and all this other stuff. So chair.
I have a
secret lab.
Oh, I don't have the command. Either way, here's the link. But I've been sitting in these chairs for a long time, and recently actually I got an affiliate relationship with them. So I before they even did that, I've been recommending the Secret Lab chairs for a long time, and I that's what I've been sitting in, and these chairs are phenomenal. So I sit in it all day for work. Also, they have a standing sit desk, which I highly recommend. So I try to stand up actually most of my work day, which is I think is good. But it's nice to be able to have that as an option. So I can, like right now I'm sitting down and I can stand up when needed.
Yeah, I dig it.
Yeah, get that command set up.
When you're talking about the stretching stuff before,
Yes.
Myself, a buddy of mine, he's got, he's a little bit older, but he's like very fit, right?
Yeah.
But his back is all jacked up, and that's what he does. He said exactly what you do, I don't spend as much time, but he's like, I spend like half an hour every morning going through and doing these stretching. He's like, it's made a humongous difference. So
the squats for the legs, because those are some of our bigger muscles on our body, and then after I warm them up, then I will like stretch them out as well, and then stretch up my back, and just try to get I do my best as I can. Hey, what's up, Phil the meme, or filthy meme, man? I said of course, I had to correct me because he was like I every time he Phil coming out, I'm like, filthy meme, what's up, dude? And then Chris was like, it's Phil the meme. It's like, oh, mother of pearls. It's like he didn't seem to mind, and if he corrected me at any point, I completely missed it. So,
do we want to?
Lockdown. I've heard so much good about.
I picked him up.
Okay, thank you.
But they're so expensive.
What's expensive?
Herman Miller chairs. They're like 1.5 grand.
Whoa!
I picked one up off of Craigslist years ago. I think it's an Aeron C because I got a bit of a wide, and they're great chairs. I think I was just in that case, I think I was just too fat to, the poor, a pneumatic thing was like crying every day. So it eventually just kind of like. So it was a hand-me-down to my wife, who she loves it.
Yes, that's what a class act Phil is. Like, oh, you do you, man. Like, hi guys, I've been butchering your name for generations. And it's like, it was Phil the whole time. What?
And I feel like if you've been chatting with someone, it's different as well. Like you know them, and you know. Yeah. Well,
like guys will bust on each other and make fun of each other regardless, but it's like that's just something where it's like when it comes to reading, somebody left a comment, they're like, I really wish you would try to do better at reading, and it's like I wish I could do that too. Like,
Yeah, wouldn't that, that'd
Man.
be cool.
do you have any
so
tips or
amazing.
tricks like to get rid of dyslexia?
It's like,
Have you
that
tried
old...
turning it off and on again?
Yeah.
No, you know what it's like that? When somebody's depressed and say, well, what do you got to be depressed about? That's what that feels like. Well, just, have you tried not being
Have
depressed?
you tried not ever feeling down?
Right.
I will say this though, like I've had the best winter of the last probably 10 years. I get seasonal depression. And so like, and one of the things I did this winter, like religiously starting in October, I took vitamin D every day as a supplement. And that has helped my mood out in so many ways. Not that it's going to be a cure all for everybody out there, because depression sucks. But holy freaking crap, man. I was just like, well, you know what? I'm going to try it. 'Cause every year, like clockwork, I would just have these blue days, like I'm like, all right, I think I'm just going to lay down. I don't feel sick. I
Right.
just don't feel like I can function as a human being today. And then it's like, all right. And then, all right, vitamin D. And then that really helped, I guess, balance me out, like hormonally or whatever. So like, anyway,
Yeah.
so
Well,
guys,
so many of
take
us
care
don't
of
get
your-
enough
Oh
vitamin
yeah.
D.
Oh heck yeah, dude. Well, especially like as gamers and, I play video games.
Yeah.
Not a lot of sun.
that monitor's not kicking off sunlight.
Yeah. It ain't,
Wouldn't that be nice?
yeah. The power of the sun in the bottom of my monitor.
God, nerd.
Yeah, dude.
We like to call them CRTs.
Yeah, that's nuclear power. One of the things I was there's this guy on YouTube, and he was talking about some of the things. Basically, did a lot of interviews about folks who were experts in sleep and sleep studies and all this other stuff, and kind of compiled everything. And it was looking for common themes and so forth. And one of them was, hey, when in the morning when the sun's low in the sky, get out for half an hour. If you got to split that up 15 and 15, so I'm waiting for it to be nice enough to do that, but that is absolutely on my list.
I live in England,
All right,
so
one
that's
second.
like twice a year.
Yeah, it rains all the time.
Yeah, twice is a bit of an overstatement there, pal.
Mikey needs my assistance. I'll be right back.
Sounds good.
I don't know. I feel like you're gonna get at least half an hour twice a year. Now, does it have to be half an hour on the same day or half an hour split between a week?
Between 6 months.
We say that, but we're about to reach summer, and then we're all going to be complaining that it's hot.
Oh, of course.
Because we'll be sat here with our air conditioning.
I can't wait. Yeah, Asker heading off. Have a great day, bud.
Cody says, my wife had seasonal depression. She picked up one of those light boxes. Seems to really help her in the mornings.
Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, it's funny. Like, it's not the most comfortable topics to talk about, but yeah, man, like depression is a real thing, and I've been hit hard with that recently, and man, I mean, I won't go into a long story, but I went away for work last year, and I got COVID when I was away, and kind of just mentally, it really just, I was basically stuck in a hotel for a week. So in no way, in no stretch of the imagination, am I saying it's like jail. Okay, but I'm trapped. I can't leave.
It's a mental jail.
Yeah, you can't leave. You can't go anywhere. There's nothing you can do. You can't call anybody. You can't, you can't Karen your way to escalate. You're stuck, right? And it was brutal. And I feel like, kind of since then, I was really kind of struggling, and went in with my neurologist, and I wasn't on my bingo card that day, but I was just, a few times during that, I was just sobbing. And she's like, you have depression, and
Phil the Mill says, Phil the meme says, English summer, July 8th, 2 p.m. to July 12th, 4:35 a.m.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back, Jay.
Thank you.
I mean, I felt down because, in December I broke my wrist.
Yeah.
And I couldn't play any games I wanted. And what was even more frustrating was I'd booked a holiday in January as a treat for myself for my birthday. I had to cancel it.
Oh,
And
right.
because of the way it was, I was never able to get a refund.
With COVID,
Oh man.
Julie and I planned for our anniversary to go to Hawaii because we went there for our honeymoon. So we had paid for it, everything. And then like all the lockdowns and stuff is going down, and it's like, okay, we can go, but there's no guarantee we can get back. You know, or at least it might lock us down on for a couple of weeks. Like it might be like, hey, you're here, right? And so we ended up just kind of pivoting to Florida, which we're like, we don't care. So we were like, we were able to go on a nice little like, anniversary trip to Florida. And then, so we went to, we ended up going to, Epcot, Disney as adults without the kids. We're like, all right, this is wonderful. But,
Heck yeah, dude.
so we're saving up to take the kids out to Disney now. But it's like one of the things I would like to at some point is, be able to take Julie back out to Hawaii for her anniversary, but we'll have to save up again for that.
Yeah, that is definitely on the list. I'd love to do.
Oh, it's like, going out for our honeymoon was wonderful. And, we'd like to, if you ever get the opportunity, Hawaii is just I wouldn't want to live there, but it's a great place to visit.
Yeah, we did our honeymoon. We did 2 weeks in California, and it was, I don't regret a single day of that. We just rented a convertible and just started in, LA area, Santa Monica Pier, and just went up the coast, and it was awesome.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Solemn? How you doing, dude? You ever watch any of my videos? Like whenever you see like distorted pop up, that's because of him. Because like usually at the front, because he was the last guy who gifted out like memberships on I think on Ginger Prime or whatever. And since I don't stream that much, it rarely happens. And and because of all that, he's the reigning like. No one's ever asked or commented about it, but I've always just thought it funny because it's like, yeah. Or Stanley.
Yeah, he's not having a good day.
Yeah.
Hello, guy.
How do I know where I'm at? Like, see, I wish there was. I wish there was more stats, more tracking mechanisms, right? Like if it just counted no matter what, how many rabbits like you killed, just as like not even on a port for the leaderboard, just like here's your own personal stats, not just achievements, but like as a part of the leaderboard, like a personal like here's random facts about you as a player, like I've walked this many steps, I've teleported this many times, like. It's the baseball player in me. Like, just give me stats. Like, stats on stats on stats.
Well, I mean, I think they have all those things. Right?
Oh yeah. They tweet them out. Like at the thing. It's like, how many lizards has been stepped on? Okay, cool.
Right, but to your point, it's something that even if they did it, I don't know, situationally, where again something like this, you're trying to get a drop off of rabbits, so it would be good to know. How many, again, like you said, a tracker, something built in somewhere that just, I know there's a guaranteed drop at 400. Mm-hmm. Where am I? Am I at 190? Am I at 384? Right. Like,
because it will impact the way I play. Like if it's like, you're at 250, it's like, all right, I was going to wrap up, but it's like, we're doing good.
Yeah. Or if you're like, I'm at 84. No, I'm
done. I think it's time to call it.
Yeah, we're good now.
A lot of people complaining about the blue check mark with Twitter, and I was like, you know how they need to solve that is like how with Twitch, like gifted members, like gifted blue. So anybody complaining, it's like then all of a sudden they get like somebody gifts them like the blue and they have the check mark again, and they're like, no.
Yeah, like you're stuck.
Like, oh man, I guess it's not so bad.
Man,
did you see you can now buy subscriptions to individual people as well?
Yeah, I saw that.
And you have to be Twitter blue for somebody to do that. to subscribe to you, which I don't know what kind of value for money there is, you know, for that person. The one doing the subscribing, that is, right? So.
Right.
I found it weird because I think everyone got the same Twitter message for subscribing to. Someone subscribed to Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
Nobody knows who.
Somebody you know. All right.
Yeah, it popped up. I think for everyone I know that said it was just like, who did this?
Right. Well, you know, it's that same mental trick. You know, you see games like Call of Duty, whatever. You've been killed by this and this weapon, and you're like, ooh. So it makes you look at it, you know? It's like, oh man, I need that weapon.
How do I get it?
Yeah.
Or in gacha games where you're playing and it's like, someone got this summon.
Yeah.
All these little mental tricks that they do to, you know, siphon as much money as they can out of you.
The thing is, I think the only real solution that is possible is just education. Understand what marketing forces are being used against you. Hey, what's up, bud?
Oh yeah, no question. And you know, I probably sound very cynical with like, you know, dumping on companies or whatever, but it's like, no, the point is you just have to understand why are they doing this? You know, what's their motivation?
Right.
And we know that it's to make money. I mean, they've not been secret about they are financially in a lot of trouble, right? Even if they weren't, right?
Well, and a lot of people are like, oh no, like, so just sell me a game. It's like, you're not buying them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get on that stairs, bud. And
so it's what works.
Well, it's the same thing. Like games and movies are like in this weird. You gotta put your head on the guy and jump up the stairs real quick. They
People keep asking for Square Enix games on Xbox, but then also don't buy them because they then ask for them on Game Pass.
Right. So come on. I gotta get a. Yeah, you're right. I gotta get another Joy-Con here because the one on the left is just not functioning anymore. Gotta use the. Mikey's like teaching me. He's like, yeah, I gotta use the camera to change the angle. He's going to the right works. Going to the left is not. No.
Dad, did you know there's stairs on the way up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I put the water down.
I love listening to these little kid voices.
Hey, Gabe. Where's your pants, Gabe?
Now, right where he wants them.
Go put
not on his body.
Go get some pants on, son. Go get some pants on. It's time to wear pants. It's not nighttime. Let's see here. All right, let me try to see if I can get up on the top of the castle.
Yeah, and Princess, I want to get
The fantasy franchise games are worth their price, and even I agree, but
well, and that's the thing. It's like, oh my gosh! Oh no!
Yeah,
I did it.
There
you go.
The thing with the Patreon though is you know, think about, well, is that what's going to make Twitter the most money? No, because now that there's somebody else involved, right? So they're trying to, just like YouTube, they're trying to have their own, you know, I'll say marketplace for lack of a better term. They're trying to have their own whatever. They don't have to give anybody else a cut, you know? Because it's this whole, you know, everyone's seen this companies just can't make money. They have to make all the money. They have to have continual growth, and it's unsustainable. So they have to come up with
and
newer,
then whenever you
newer
stop
ways.
growing, then it's like you get the death spiral. It's the same thing with MMOs. Oh, the players drop. That's a sign of quality. No, it's not.
No, another game came out. Another, you know, people they wanted a break, you know, and that's again one of the few things I remembered from Final Fantasy was, you know, it's they're like, go take a break, like it's fine, and it's amazing all the different mechanisms you don't have to employ if you just have a small amount of caring. Yeah. You know, whereas like, you know, again, you know, dumping on Blizzard again, but yeah, they time gate stuff because they want to keep you paying for a subscription. This all makes sense. They're all, you know, in business to make money. Right.
It becomes this weird, like almost religious kind of debate where it's like, oh, the company I like and the game I like does the thing that I hate. It's okay. But then it's like this other company, they're just trying to manipulate me into getting money. They all need your money. Like,
Yes.
no one, like, you're not working for free. These developers
It's
aren't
not a
working for free.
nonprofit. Mm-hmm.
Right.
No companies are like, no, keep your $60. We don't want it. No.
But what they're trying to solve is the problem is that, like, especially with subscription, with like Netflix and things like that, like those are competing for your time, and everybody has only so much time. So all these subscription services are popping up. Then it's like, well, I mean, people aren't going to the movies for like a certain tier movie anymore, and so those are just going now straight to streaming. And so and now because of that, you're like, I'm not going to go see that in the theater. Right. It's got to be big spectacle, big risk.
Talking about theater, I'm so happy that we're finally getting a cinema in 2025.
Wow.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Movie theater?
Yeah, my town is finally getting a movie theater in 2025.
That seems like a risk. I wouldn't be putting my money in a movie theater.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, man.
Well, it's because people travel. Like, I have to travel an hour and a half to go see a decent movie. And people do it.
Yeah.
So.
Dan Davey says it's all about the value. Like, keep the content flowing. And people are more than happy to support. It's really only like social media has given so much voice to some people who are like monetization, blah blah blah, to where people are like, oh, people don't like this. It's like, no, make a good game, and people are gonna like. I think the majority of gamers, silent, they're not constantly defending it because it feels like a waste of time trying to convince somebody that, all right, it's my money, I can spend it how I want. And as long as I understand and I'm a healthy, adjusted, human being, like it becomes I have a whole different take when it comes to kids and vulnerable adults when it comes to monetization, especially around like gambling mechanics. But like, I'm an adult. It's my money. I can choose to throw my money down a hole if I want to,
Right.
But like, I at least know and understand the forces that are being worked on, when I'm playing a game.
Yeah, I think also the only thing I would say about that is, there are people who have, these addictions, right?
Yes.
And it's gambling just like any other, just like a casino, right? As far as your brain is concerned, it's the same thing.
It can also be like a form of prostitution as well, where we talk about addictions, where people replace video games with like a relationship that they would normally have. And so you see that where it's like, all of a sudden the game's asking for money and people feel like dirty. It's like, oh, but that game was my boyfriend or girlfriend. It's like, they never were, but you treat them and talk to them and talk about that like as it were.
Right. Yeah, but unfortunately some people have these.
About bots on Kick being insane. I actually learned recently.
Dude, the bots on. There's so much fakeness going on right now that it's like when I see like people like, King Gathalion, like trying to like bully people who are like doing like legal embeds and stuff. It really frustrates me, and it just makes me wish that, I wish they would take away embedded numbers, because then I think a lot of the big people you end up seeing are like, oh, most of those people were botting and embedding the whole time too.
Can I say the fact that I found out that if I'm watching a Kick stream, it actually registers up to 7 people watching it for me watching it as one person.
It's all about it's all about a kingmaker. It doesn't even matter. People are attracted to the big numbers. And that's where it's like the whole system is a broken failure of a mess. Like it massively concerns me for people who think like, oh yeah, I'm going to be a full-time streamer. It's like, whoa, buddy, come up with a game plan.
Oh. Also, that 95 to 5, that's going to die very fast.
Oh, as soon as like you're like, you want to have it ad supported.
Yeah.
The thing is like people equate ad supported. What are y'all doing? Y'all having fun? Okay, cool. But yeah, it's like, well, you broke my other Switch, son, so you gotta have to take turns. He did. And then Maddie broke my other, like, dude, like it's, I get cool technology just to watch it die.
and can you not? You can't. I'm guessing you can't replace the.
I just need to get Joy-Cons. The parts that broke were the Joy-Cons. So thankfully,
Oh, you have to replace the whole thing. In other words.
no, I like the
I
Switch.
mean, the whole Joy-Con, that is.
Well, the only thing I can't replace, I got to replace the whole Joy-Con. The only thing I can't replace is we had a Switch Lite, and my youngest threw that in the tub, so that thing is completely gone. It's like, so I was like, yeah. So I was like, all right, I just need to get some new Joy-Cons.
It seems like you need to pack all this stuff in a box, send it off to you know who Loris Rossman is?
No.
He leads like the big fight on right to repair. So he's been like, you know, he I think was in Queens or New York City, somewhere near me, and he would repair a lot of the Mac stuff. I think that's how he started out. And it, you know, little tiny parts, something came unsoldered, and they would like fight him, you know, to
Oh yeah, that's ridiculous.
you know, so anyway, so you need to like take the whole box of stuff and say, yeah, hi, can you fix all this stuff for me, please?
What I need to do is I need to figure out where I can order a because like my Logitech G Cloud, which I love, like that is one of my favorite handhelds, and it's all cloud. Like I would stream X Cloud, GeForce Now. I'm like, it's unfortunate because it's like this had been perfect for Stadia if Google wasn't a bunch of quitters.
Right.
And but I love it, and so the screen's just shattered, and so I just need to replace the screen, and it works otherwise.
Man.
So I need to see about ordering a part, maybe just trying to do the repair on it myself.
Well, Sony with this new controller is like, okay, I know we're getting strict stick drift with our controllers, so
Oh, for their $200 controller, they're
them.
getting strict drift.
No, the original ones have
Oh,
stick
okay.
drift,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
but they're like, in case the new ones do, you can just take them out and put a new one in.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you're paying a
It's-
premium for that part, but yeah, you can like replace the parts.
Yeah, the replacement analog sticks are $20. So, I just like they're like we might have it in the future, so you know, in case it does, pay more money. Yeah, that's the reason why I have to replace my old one, because my left analog stick just runs to the left now. Moves to
bummer.
the left constantly.
Yeah, be cool.
Brian, how often does that statement work for you?
I'll
be
let you.
cool, be cool.
I'll let you know when it starts.
It's like, it sounds like, what is that, Pulp Fiction? But what's the character name? Baby, be cool. Anyway, I just gotta step away for a few. Back in a bit.
See you in a bit. What?
I've got dad skills.
Yeah, I like his name.
Yeah, I've watched that guy a few
Not
times
the
on
Switch.
YouTube.
I see. I have so I have the OLED in the original Switch, and we had a
Nice.
we had the light, and I was like, oh, the light's perfect for the kids, and then the youngest got a hold of it and dunked it in the tub, and I was like, crap. But no, like so I picked up the Final Fantasy Pixel remaster, and dude, such a great collection. It feels great. I like how it's got the experience and guild boost, because like one of the things I'm like, gaming as a kid, it's like, yeah, of course it sucks up time, that's something you have. Now I'm like, I don't want to grind it out. Like I don't want to sit here and just grind on these games that I've beaten, but I do want to spend some time and play them, so it's like,
I will say, I do hope they add that as a feature onto the PC version, because the PC version does not have the XP boosts.
yeah.
So it would be nice if they go back and patch that at some point. Yeah, Pharmacy 1 to 6. You can pretty much play every Pharmacy game now up to 13 on modern consoles.
All right, I'm gonna just reform.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't have an Elite Series 1 or I don't have an Elite Series Argus. I don't like the Xbox layout. I don't like where the analog sticks are placed on the Xbox controller.
See, I like the offset, but that's where I'm a big. Oh, you gotta find the key? Keep looking, bud. That's why I said I would 100% support Xbox, PlayStation. Just let people use whatever control they want on the console. Like that's the solution, right? Like, oh, you like, then you can end up have like, all right, again, marketplace of ideas. You're not sitting here like, oh, you can't do this because X, Y, and Z. I think that's the right solution, because if you don't like the offset sticks, which is why one of the things like I'd rather have the offset sticks on the PlayStation, right? Again, preference. Boys, are y'all okay?
Oh yeah.
And that's the thing. They work on
agree.
PC. Like, let's just keep looking at how PC's doing.
With me.
He's not sharing?
Yeah.
Hey, Mikey, you need to let Gabe have a turn, son.
I wouldn't recommend. I would invest in the OLED in case they really do make a.
It's a hard call, because like I love the OLED.
I do, but there's been so many. I know there's been rumors of this for years, but there's been so many rumors of a Switch 2.
Dude, that's just like a requirement of being a YouTuber. Like, oh, Switch 2. Now, the Elite Series 2 is what I like. For some reason, it's not connected to the PC, so I just switched back to mouse and keyboard. But yeah, dude, that's my favorite controller. And then I have a PS5 controller, which is great. This is like the PS5 controller is I think the best PlayStation controller that I've seen PlayStation Sony
so
make.
good.
And it's like, I didn't really like the PS4 controller, but I thought the PS4 controller was better than the PS3 controller. So Sony has been improving each and every time.
I will say I'm disappointed that there's no real PC support for the new Elite version.
Yeah. Let's go.
And that someone's actually selling a third-party add-on which will allow you to use the features. But it sucks that Sony doesn't just allow you to do it.
We got 32 people here and 30 likes, guys. Thank you guys so much. We're almost to
Nice.
100% like to hang your router here today. Thank you.
But yeah, I really feel like Nintendo really does that, because we're
I
getting
hate
to 7 years
Nintendo's.
of the
Nintendo,
Switch.
and especially because Nintendo's still on the opposite. Every time I pick up the Nintendo game, it's like I have to relearn that it's like the button placement's different,
Oh, yeah.
and it drives me up the freaking wall. And that's just
They
my
need to
random
make-
gripe, right? Like that's my. Here's an issue that's really not an issue, but I'm going to complain about it anyway because I'm an adult. Why do I say that? Like hearing what the kids like chiming in there, having their own little conversation. All right, one second. I'm gonna go check in and see here. Right back. Real quick. All right, I'm gonna go check in on Annie real quick. I'll be right back.
So chat, you've got me now. Hello. I hope everyone is doing well. Yeah. I personally, time to leave. Fine. Why is there 60 dislikes now? I'm doing well, thank you. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm kind of excited for Throne and Liberty. It looks pretty good. I'm more excited for Blue Protocol, if I'm completely honest, out of the two. That has more of my aesthetics and Throne and Liberty, but
I'm
it does
back.
look pretty good.
Throne and Liberty.
back.
I'm excited.
And welcome back
Thank you.
to the other person as well. Brian, did you buy a PS5 controller separately, or did you finally get one? I think you just bought a PS5.
I just bought
separately.
a PS5 separately. That was actually sponsored by. Man, I suck. Somebody sponsored, like they tipped or whatever. And I was like, yeah. So I was like, thanks. So they basically one of you guys, and if you were the one who did it, sound off in chat. And I'm sorry, I don't. It's been actually a while. They bought me the PS5 controller.
Blue Soak just subscribed.
Oh, welcome in, guys. Welcome. Yeah, YouTube's weird because like not a lot of notifications, but there's like all kinds of events, so it's like it doesn't. See, I think it'd be kind of cool. It'd be like, so-and-so liked the stream, things like that. Like,
only if it's optional though. Like, they need to make that an optional feature to be able to turn on.
Well, I think they do with the subscribes, right? So, like, if your subscribes are private, then it doesn't do that. That's why, like, I really wish they just went with follow and with subscribe rather than subscribe and member. It's like a universal standard of naming conventions. So,
Also,
Phil the Meme says,
congratulations,
what's good?
I was gonna say you had 36 people watching and 36 likes, but now you're at 39 people watching. You're about 100% for a second there.
We'll just let. Oh, some people left. Maybe we'll hit 100%. Phil the Meme says, I'm just concerned that Throne and Liberty will go down the same road as Lost Ark. I really would like for the game to have a subscription. I'm with you. I'm with you guys all 100% on that. But I think the math in and of itself shows that the Battle Pass is the model in which that it's inviting to multiple generations of gamers, as opposed to like every time you talk about, like, if anytime when I was playing 14, like, hey, come play 14, they're like, oh, that game's got a subscription, I'm good. Like, even if people really would have fun with it, like, that is a barrier for a lot of people. I do think buy to play is a much more fair, because I think more gamers are like, oh, it's $40 or like, okay, cool. Like, oh, one time, cool. Like, it's less of a an ask, as opposed to like, oh, if I really enjoy it, it means I'm gonna have to pay every month for this. I think we'll see MMOs shift into like having a collected subscription, like Game Pass or heck, even like Amazon Prime Gaming. Like, you're looking at Amazon pick up Blue Protocol, Throne and Liberty, Lost Ark, New World, more games to come. That it's like, hey, here's Prime Gaming as its own paid for subscription service.
Right. Like a Game Pass.
Exactly.
Yeah. We have some stuff that leaves, some stuff that comes, but it seems like with Amazon,
and all their first party stuff is there.
Yeah. A lot of value.
Free to play is an absolute open invitation for bots. And that's where when people complain about the bots in Lost Ark, it's like, and they blame Amazon. I'm like, like, guys, like, that's the model. There's the risk to, like, if it cost somebody $20 every time to do a bot, like, there's still going to be bots, but it's going to be.
They still have problems in bots with WoW
and 14 and everything. And 14, it boggles my mind how that people are willing to like buy Gil for that game. I'm like, like, who needs Gil?
Yeah, you get folks who are still botting WoW that you need not only the initial game you got to pay for, but there's a subscription, right?
Yeah.
So it's wild. There's money to be made. They'll,
Yeah. And then the thing is, like, with Blue Protocol, there's no player trade, but I think we're going to see people like rent out services of like, I'll level this for you, I'll grind this for you, like, we'll log in as you and we'll get this done for you.
No player trade. See, I'm out of the loop on some of these games. There's no player trade in that
which
game?
that thing, like, I adore player trade. That's why I think Throne and Liberty is going to, it's going to have that more traditional MMO feel, and Blue Protocol is going to have that more Phantasy Star Online 2 kind of place in people's hearts. Neither are bad. It's just like, what do you prefer?
I really haven't looked at it.
Kept you away from 14 for years and you played it. Nice. I still feel like subscription is one of the better models for.
It's the most fair model, but it's the.
Well, not just that, but it's also okay, they're gonna get more money from being the free to play sometimes. But the reason why Fantasy 14 can be so regular with its patches is because they know roughly their income. Like, these free to play games might get.
Sorry.
I was gonna say these free-to-play games might get a huge spike of income.
If you're gonna throw a fit, you can take a nap now.
But those, if you got like the monthly sub rate, they know how much roughly is coming in and out.
It's easier to plan. However, what we were seeing here is that with Amazon is clearly happy and willing to lose money to gain more money down the road, and so then they can sit down and say, like, yeah, all right, like, We can
I
weather
think
inconsistent in terms of numbers, but then I think they're supplementing that with consistency across an offering of like, oh, Blue Protocol this month's on fire. Boom, Lost Ark this month's on fire. Oh, New World expansion.
They're diversifying, in other words.
Yeah, within their own offering.
There's some companies that are out there that can afford that. Amazon
can, Microsoft. I don't think Google. I think Google's out of gaming. Like the fact they bounced from Stadia, I was like, that was what a joke. What a joke of a company that I stream on their platform.
I'm sorry, but they might be out of it. But out companies that could afford it, they could.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned Final Fantasy 14. I mean, don't they have effectively like a free trial all the way up to 60?
Dude, their free trial is one of the most
critically acclaimed
Heavensward. Yeah, their free trial, like it's to the point where their free trial is so good that it's like, I advocate not to hand them money, which is like I think the wrong call. Like I think that they should, in 14's case, keep the subscription, but keep it for the most current 2 expansions. So if you want to be in that game loop, then you got to be subscribed, and then anything else prior to that, if you buy the game, you should just have it, right? And so like then I think you end up running like, because if they go and they add Stormblood to the free subscription, like I look at it and say, why would you ever give them any money? Because then it locks your account into a subscription as opposed to like.
That's where I'm at right now.
Like what the hell, man?
I bought the game and I can't go back into it now without paying for the subscription, but let's say I don't know, I was saying before, I'm like level 15 or 18, right? I haven't played in a long time.
Yeah.
But if I want to go jump back into it, I got to subscribe again.
Right. And then, and if you were like, oh, I'm playing the current expansion, I understand it. I think a lot more people would. Yeah. But then it's like, oh, I'm playing ARR. I'm playing Heavensward. Like I'm playing Stormblood. That's not the current one. I'll just play it, and maybe you don't have access to retainers or something. Like maybe the subscription keeps that way you're not messing with the market, for players who
By the way, before I head off, because I've got to go cook dinner soon.
Okay.
There's a lovely message in chat from Bloodsoak27. He said, "Hey Ginger, I found your channel a couple of weeks ago, man, and I fell in love with your content. Don't know if anyone told you yet, but I appreciate you, bro. Looking forward to more from you."
Thank you, Bloodsoaked, and thanks, Chili, for being somebody who's also monitoring the comments. I saw that pop up a second ago. I was like, I want to get to it, but we were having such a good conversation. I was like, okay, we'll get to Bloods. Thanks, Blood. I really appreciate that you enjoyed the content. Thanks for also stopping by and just leaving that awesome message, dude. I really, really appreciate it. I always kind of continue to remind people, like, the reason why I was like, oh, I'll go ahead and stream. It's like, I always kind of feel like it's a nice little advertisement to be like, yeah, come play, come hang out, come chat. Like, I just want to have like an adult conversation for like, an hour before I go back into dad mode where it's like, all right, I gotta,
Before I go, Brian, I've got one question.
Okay.
What do you use mint sauce with?
Mint sauce?
Yeah.
I know the answer.
What the hell is mint sauce?
Okay.
We call it here mint jelly.
Mint jelly? I've never even heard of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like a strawberry jelly or no jelly.
Because YouTube recommended me some Americans come to England to buy food from like shopping malls for the first time. And they looked at the mint sauce and there's like, maybe use it for sandwiches. I'm saying like, what? How? What?
What is it used for?
It's just, you had it with lamb.
Lamb, okay.
Lamb with mint jelly.
Yeah.
Well, my dad's English, so that's
my mom's from London, so like but I've never heard of it. We never really were big lamb eaters either.
I'm not a big lamb eater either, but it's just like some of the stuff they were walking to, like it's so weird seeing them getting really confused by stuff that here it's like, yeah, no, that's normal. And
Dude,
they're like, what is this? I'm like,
bangers and mash. There's certain English foods that I'm like all about, dude. I love peas, mushy peas, peas all day.
Beans on toast.
I've never had beans on toast, but I have had like we're as a Texas boy, we do have you have the huevos rancheros. Huevos rancheros. I was like, why am I drawing them? Like, I love huevos rancheros, which is beans like on a corn tortilla and egg.
I feel like a fake British person now because of all the stuff you just. Oh, I love peas. I'm like.
You don't love peas?
No beans on toast?
I can't eat them,
man.
Oh, that's right. You're allergic to peas.
That's right. Yeah, you need to move. That's what the problem is here.
We need to restructure your DNA so you can eat peas.
Yeah, come on, man.
Lockdown Grid says mint sauce is so good. Well, I'm gonna have to try it now. Our rule as a family is before, like, the kids are like, I don't like it. You never had this. You have to try it. They told me they didn't like ice cream at one point. And I was like, oh, okay. You sweet summer child.
You don't know what you're missing.
Yeah, unlimited soda is not regular here. So.
Oh man,
You know,
I have one
more.
soda a year. That's my rule. I do not regularly
mint sauce is
consume
so good.
soda.
Unlimited.
I would recommend though, this might sound weird, but if you're trying mint sauce for the first time, it can be quite potent and quite strong and minty. So what is a good tip is to make it last longer. You can actually mix in vinegar.
Interesting.
It,
I like vinegar.
Yeah.
Dude, give me a good sauerkraut, man, any day of the week.
and I'm not taking like loads of vinegar. I'm just like a small bit and then mix it up. So yeah.
What's up, bud?
Oh, how about fish
Anyway,
and chips?
I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Fish and chips are great, dude. And as a Catholic on a Friday, like, all for it. What's up? You're playing. This is the
Remember to hit
bestiary.
that subscribe button and hit the like button. Bye.
Bye, Chili. Take
See you,
care,
Chili, dude. All right, yeah, you went to the bestiary. You want to play?
Yeah. Definitely wants to play.
Here you go. Explain some Final Fantasy.
How do we?
Boom, baby. Oh, whoa, dude. Piggy with a $10 super chat says, playing Elder Scrolls Online while watching this because of I was hesitant to start playing New World since I quit on week 2 of release. Watching this makes me think about playing again. Dude, here's the best thing. Just like with ESO, right? Like you have an optional sub on ESO. There's no sub, dude. Like, just update the game. It's in season 1 right now, and there's definitely some really good things. So they've added in like the battle pass and things like that I'm playing on, but it's still such a fun game. There's a lot of improvements coming this summer alone. We get the transmog system. They added here, Piggy, hitting tab, gear sets, baby. I can swap out my gear and I can build out my different builds and name them, etc. Is by far great. Unfortunately, like, you get 2, and then there's one part of the season pass, and then you can buy the rest, but at least you own them. As somebody who's played Final Fantasy 14, renting retainers, like, oh man, I'm so happy they just give me the option. And they're not that expensive. I know people were complaining they're like $5 a gear set, and they are capped, so you can't like spend endless amounts of money on it. But oh dude, it's such a great system, man. Like, I get into way more content now just because of that aspect. So thank you, Piggy, for the support. Unnecessary, but I really do appreciate it. And I will use that $10 to buy my wife whatever she asks for after the baby comes on Tuesday. So I will let her know whatever she requests, whether it's Starbucks or Chick-fil-A or whatever, that Piggy is the one who purchased her that treat for her as her push present, as they're called. So thank you so much, Piggy. I appreciate you. And yeah, ESO, like, there's definitely a crossover. I like that this is more third person, and yes, you can play ESO in third person as well, but I feel like the movement and everything like that on this version is way more natural to that mindset.
Yeah, especially New World when it's on sale. I mean,
dude, yes.
I mean, it's to me, it's a no-brainer. If you can pick up this game for $20, I mean, you talk about
$20,
the
dude.
value,
dude. Like, if you think about it as
So
a $1
cheap.
per hour of fun, like,
Yeah,
I'm
nothing
like,
touches it.
no, dude, nothing touches it. It is clearly like got massive advantage. An expansion coming later this fall. So when season 3 drops, like sometime most likely in October, we're getting the expansion. We're getting mounts, which that's going to change the game. Whether, like, I'm kind of hesitant on mounts. Like, I'm happy and concerned at the same time. I'm having two emotions because one of the, they've added in a lot more fast travel points. Oh, and dude, getting around the map is easy. Especially like we were talking earlier about getting a house. Get a house. That changes how you play the game immensely, and you can reset that cooldown so you can get anywhere you need to go. And at most, teleportation is like 20 as off. And if you own a certain fort, if your faction owns a fort, free teleports. You're good. And it's so convenient. This would be a perfect game to balance between ESO. Like, you're like, I'm kind of feeling burned about ESO. It's like, oh, New World, what do they got going on right now? Like, it's going to be one of those games that I feel is going to be very complimentary due to its business model. Now, I will tell you this: if I do not hit level cap, if I do not finish off the because I'm on the premium part of this, if I do not finish this season pass off, I will not be purchasing another one because they do currently expire. But my feedback is go the Wayfinder route. Let me purchase them during the season, and then I own them, and I can grind on them on my own time. You know?
Yeah.
But that's just me.
No, I agree with you, man. I think, you know how, you go to Netflix or whatever your streaming service of choice is, and it'll say season 1, season 2, season 3.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Why can't I have a drop down that just says, here's the season. Okay, here's my pass, whatever. I mean, if it's not something competitive, right? It's not, you're effectively only competing with yourself.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to think, like, what's the downside here? I know they're very mindful of, database size and storage and all this other stuff, but it's like, yeah, people buy this stuff. And if you are, dude, especially like someone like yourself, hey,
yep.
I have, a lot of kids. Maybe somebody has multiple jobs. Maybe they just prefer not to play, except I got one night a week I play with my friends and whatever, right? Why are we like artificially gating this? You know what I mean? Like, they bought it. Why not let them just play it whenever they want?
Just let them play, man.
The content's the content. It's like, say, for example, you had a new zone. We're only going to have this new zone for the next 3 months. You're like, what?
Yeah. That sounds like a really bad idea.
Yeah. Oh, man, I think...
See, like, mounts will be interesting because it gives you another collection. It does sound like. So they added in music, one of the cool things, like under trade skills. You can level up and learn songs, which are great, and they add buffs that you can apply, right? And actually, I'm going to play a song. Let's see here. Just to highlight it. Let's see. What is this? Does this give me anything? Playable.
It's like you're the bard, and you can give your team or your group buffs on whatever, gathering speed or, faction, gain percentage, boost or whatever,
Yeah. You gotta change the camera, bud. I'll get us some new Joy-Cons after the baby comes. Make sure that I'm not like spending an insane amount to the hospital. And he had to go to the NICU when she was born, and whoo, you're like, oh.
Yeah, this is a game you could spend $20 on, potentially, and I can't even imagine how many hours that is. Even if you're one of these people that
most people who say they hate this game,
60, yeah,
come in and are like, I put 5,000 hours in this game and I'm done. I'm like, all right, I'll see you at the expansion.
Right, but to your point, like, okay, now let's take that, divide it by $20. What other entertainment can you get that could possibly get near that? You can't.
I can't fathom it.
Yeah, here you go. Territory standing gain 20% for 60 minutes.
You gotta get that. You gotta get that Lux song.
Oh yeah, I don't think I have that leveled up yet. I need to.
The Gathering Lux song.
Yeah, dude, luck is the best. Use this rabbit's foot. See if I can still get lucky.
Oh, I keep forgetting about it. Dang it.
Oh, use the D-pad, son. The D-pad works. See? There you go. Yeah, use that, and that will allow you move a lot easier than the sticks. A D-pad, that's what it's called.
Jedi Heroes asking about the server. It's Orofina, but it's going to be merged into
Mamma Mia. It's a me, Mamma Mia. Whoa, Solemn.
Mama.
Solemn dropping a tip for the wife for the upcoming baby. Says, you know what, Brian? Give her a meal made deluxe Chick-fil-A. Yeah, he has upgraded her Chick-fil-A order to The deluxe version.
She's gonna be eating good in the neighborhood.
She's gonna be eating good, and then the thing is like after next week though, then she's gonna be like, all right, like I gotta drop the baby weight. So so we have a week of like just like treating her. You want that ice cream? You want whipped cream in your coffee? Let's go.
Sure, honey. Whatever you want, dear.
Yeah.
And then when the baby comes, it's gonna be like drill sergeant. All right, pigs, let's get on your knees.
Like children. Yeah, most of my job's probably gonna be like wrangling the other 5 into like, all right, don't jump on the baby. Now most of them are gonna be good. They know the drill, but Izzy, I think she's gonna be in for a world of hurt, dude. She's gonna be like, what? I've been the baby for 2 years. What's this interloper?
Beat it. Beat it, kid.
Here, what time is it? All right, I'm gonna wrap up here, guys, in about 4 minutes. I'm gonna go hang out and game with the kids and give them some food because it's gonna be about that time. I'm gonna do we're also gonna be working on some family breakfast time. We like to do a big family Sunday meal. We got Julie picked up some thick cut bacon, dude. I'm freaking excited. Ooh. I'm not a big bacon guy though, so like when I talk about like I don't like peanut butter, like generally I also avoid pretty much every kind of pork product out there. And so generally speaking, the kids actually probably eat my bacon every time because I'm just like, all right, I don't know, I'm just never been like, oh, I gotta have bacon.
Right, but thing, yeah.
But if there's if we're gonna score bacon though. But if we're gonna score it though, it's thick cut. Like it, like all right. It's not like I'm anti-bacon. I'm just like,
right. I don't know if this is blasphemous enough, but like, I don't know if I've had thick cut bacon before.
Well, I haven't had mint jelly, so I need to get some lamb and get some of that mint jelly.
Yeah, I have to say though, like some of these, sort of British things are like, my dad used to have beans on toast. When I was a kid. Lamb and mint jelly. I like it. I think it's great. And it's like
beans on toast, not that bad.
Yeah,
beans on toast sounds good. I love toast.
Weird,
so I don't know.
It's good. It's a nice little combo.
I'm a big toast guy. I love toast. I don't eat like 2 pieces of toast. I'm like 6 minimum. Like, what are we doing here?
You're counting in loaves.
One of the best parts.
Yeah, I'm counting in loaves. If you're not gonna do a whole loaf of toast, like what are we even
what
doing?
What kind of man are you here? Please.
Yeah, I know.
What are you, American or not?
Yeah. America.
America toast. Yeah. Oh, you guys have your.
We have Texas toast. Oh yeah, dude, Texas toast. It's great. That's what I'm talking about. Like, there's no. If anybody calls something that's not Texas toast, I'm just like, you sweet summer child.
That's baby toast.
That's baby toast. That's what we cut that. We cut that up for the kids.
Yeah, I think that's a good point for me to wrap up. My daughter has a friend coming over, so I'm gonna go help clean up the house and all that good stuff. So, yeah, thanks for grouping up, man. And
yeah, man, thanks for joining in
doing this,
on some rabbits and stuff. So, all right, guys. Actually, I'm gonna include a link if you guys haven't seen. I posted a video this morning over on Ginger Prime. Let me just drop this into chat because I was trying to see if I could get it to raid back, and it was like, no. So if you guys want to go give this video some love, that's another great way of supporting the baby fund because it's like, yeah, let's get that.
Make sure to leave a like on that thing too.
Like, sub, share, all the good stuff, guys. Thanks so much for being here. We had more likes and viewers. Yay! So thanks, guys, for hanging out for the stream. Thank you, guys, Solemn and Piggy, for the super chats. I appreciate that. And guys, if you don't hear from me this week, we're going to just be doing the baby stuff. We'll let you guys know if it's a boy or a girl because we'll find that out at the same time as probably you guys do. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Thanks so much for being here. I'm going to end the stream, and I will see you guys next time. I'm going to wave it out. I don't know.